there. Now, New York Mayor Bill de Blasio said he's painting it in front of Trump Tower so the president can, quote, cannot deny or run from reality. Now, the White House has not directly answered to de Blasio's statement.
Collier County seeing one less testing site starting today. Coming up next, where you can still get tested and not wait in line.
Plus, the cruel reality of living with coronavirus. Next at 6, this man's warning from his hospital bed about why you should take this virus seriously.
And the CDC adds new risk factors. Next at 6, what really makes you more at risk to get a severe case of coronavirus?
And another hot day on tap as you're heading out the door this morning. Already feels like 87 in Cape Coral.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Gotta go to Galliana.
Great news, Southwest Florida. Below invoice employee pricing is back at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Lowest prices ever on over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Loaded luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited lease, $289 per month. That's right, Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited, $289 per month. 7-passenger Dodge Journey SUV, just $19,990. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 3 months or interest-free for 6 years and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. And our parts service and body shop are open to serve you. Below invoice employee pricing at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
Gotta go to Galliana.
42-month lease, 10,000 miles per year, $19.99 due at signing plus tax, tag title, dealer and acquisition fees, 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month per $1,000 borrowed for 72 months at 0 APR with 0 down. Lender approval offers no combined.
Businesses are starting to bounce back. But what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt, deliver, and succeed in new ways with new customers? At Comcast Business, we're committed to helping you not just bounce back, but bounce forward with one of our best offers ever. Get a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution for only $29.95 a month for 3 months with a 2-year agreement. It'll help you stay ahead with a network you can count on, stay connected with 24/7 support, and thrive with flexible solutions that work wherever you are. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to find out more. Plus, ask about other offers to get a prepaid card worth up to $500. Comcast Business. Offer ends 7/5/2020. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 100 megabits internet and one voice mobility line customers. Early termination fee applies. After 3 months, enrollment in EcoBill and auto pay required. Equipment installation taxes and fees extra, subject to change.
Tyler McDaniel here, and Brad McDaniel. We're the second generation of Kenmar Care. For our whole lives, our father Ken McDaniel raised us and instilled in us the work ethic and morals which we operate under and live by today. Kenmar Care has teamed up with Maytag to bring high-quality products to you covered by Maytag's exclusive 12-year parts and 12-year dependability promise on select purchases. Be treated like family. Call Kenmar Care. 239-437-7040. That's 437-7040. And online at kenmarcare.com. License number CAC 057163.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Right now, it is not mandatory to wear masks on Fort Myers Beach, but Mayor Ray Murphy says if the push continues and new cases stay at high levels, he may put that on the agenda for the next meeting. Council does not meet in July. The next regularly scheduled meeting's not until August, but the mayor says a meeting could be called sooner if the situation warrants. Today, Lee County businesses have a final opportunity to apply for help through the Lee Cares Business Relaunch Grant Program. Businesses are eligible for a $5,000 relaunch grant to help after the Safer at Home order was issued this spring. Tomorrow, family and friends will hold a funeral for fallen FWC officer Julian Keene. The service will be at 11 a.m. at Bethel Ministries International. A burial will follow the service at Lake Trafford Cemetery in Immokalee. FEMA is providing our state with nearly $34 million to help deal with costs all associated to the coronavirus. The funds are expected to boost testing and increase supplies of protective medical equipment. FGCU is going to start a phased return for a small group of employees on Monday. All others will continue working from home. For those staff members who are returning, any who have traveled outside of Southwest Florida since May 30th must contact Human Resources on campus and limit travel. The school's is also developing a COVID-19 screening app for students and staff. Cape Coral's Oktoberfest is now postponed. Organizers say the health and safety of their members and the community factored heavily in their decision. They plan to be back in 2021. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Good Friday morning. There is a crash in Fort Myers as of right now at Fowler and Winkler Avenue. No major backups, but definitely going to be a little congested area. If you want to avoid it, go ahead and hop on US 41. It's fully up to speed and crash free. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another day, another heat advisory across Southwest Florida as temperatures will be topping out in the mid-90s with our heat index as high as 106 to 111. A few spotty showers and storms are going to be popping up by the afternoon and evening, but overall fairly limited. A few more into the weekend, which has beach and pool written all over it. Considering all of our sunshine, temps well into the 90s, please stay cool if you're going to be out and about. Saharan dust also will be with us at the mid-levels of the atmosphere, swirling around all the way into next week with scattered showers and storms set to return. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News. News and smart views.
It's open enrollment season, and MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that saves most families about $500 a month. Google MediShare and see if it's a fit for you.
So who is this Heather Fitzenhagen?
Oh, she's Planned Parenthood's favorite politician.
What?
Yep, Heather Fitzenhagen supports young girls getting an abortion without their parents knowing, and she voted for late-term abortions.
You're kidding me.
Nope, and it gets worse. She also supports the killing of unborn babies based on their gender.
That's horrible. No wonder Planned Parenthood loves her.
She also fought against President Trump on immigration.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And she voted to give driver's licenses to illegal immigrants and to give them in-state tuition at our universities.
I did hear that. Didn't she also refuse to vote on banning sanctuary cities?
She sure did. Heather Fitzenhagen turned her back on President Trump and refused to vote to ban sanctuary cities in Florida.
And now she's running for the Florida Senate?
Yeah. Planned Parenthood's favorite politician, Heather Fitzenhagen, wants to be our senator.
We certainly don't need a Democrat representing us in the Senate.
Well, she claims to be a Republican, but whatever she thinks she is, we don't need Heather Fitzenhagen in Florida Senate.
Paid by Ray Rodriguez, Republican for Florida Senate.
Attention, Southwest Florida. Are you ready for this? Only Naples Nissan will give you $8,000 over Kelley Blue Book value for your trade-in. Hundreds of new SUV models to choose from, all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Pick out your favorite at naplesnissan.com. Then come see us on Pine Ridge Road to find out the KBB.com current market value for your trade-in. We'll give you $8,000 more so you can drive that brand new Nissan home today. If KBB says it's worth $5,000, Naples Nissan will give you $13,000. If KBB says $10,000, we'll give you $18,000. You must act fast, though. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details. Offer on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Hey, how you doing there? It's Drew Steele along with Jake the Millennial. Look at that guy right there, streaming live on YouTube. You just go to Drew Steele Radio, and you can see the two of us. We do it each and every day. Please subscribe to the channel. It's what's going to keep it going. Hopefully you enjoy watching and listening and seeing our smiling faces. Smile. It's Jake Day. It's finally here. It's Jake Day. It's the day that everybody waits for. It's the day that we long for. It's the end of the week. It's Jake's favorite day of the week because it means the weekend's coming, and Jake's got big plans. Hope you've got big plans. Do you have big plans? Do you have any plans right now?
I got a lot of work to do this weekend.
Yeah, I know. So do I. I got to figure out what I'm not going to be able to do now because apparently the COVID's back, and so now we have to come to a screeching halt. Have you felt this way, Jake? Have you felt this way that the news continuously reporting about how COVID-19 and the uptick in the cases, and everybody sees the cases, and you can't even fly to the New York, New Jersey metro area without being quarantined because, you know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You guys did it for us, and now we're going to do it for you because you guys are the problem. And so now everything's got to be stopped, shut down. We can't go to schools. We're not even going to be able to. Oktoberfest, the Cape Coral Oktoberfest is now postponed. As a matter of fact, you look at all the events, all the businesses, all the things that are affected by COVID. And oh, by the way, everybody knows whose fault it is, right? It's Trump's. It's Trump's fault. It's Donald Trump's fault. Period. End discussion. That's all you need to know. It is the president's fault, and only he could have changed all of this. If only we had a true leader, if only we had somebody who was out there who was showing leadership and skillful debate, and somebody who could really take charge, grab hold of everything that is good and holy in this country and say, I could have stopped this.
All men and women created by you know the thing.
Maybe not that guy, but there are some that believe that Joe Biden would be the answer. You like that, huh, Jake?
You know the thing.
You know the thing. Jake wouldn't even say, you know the thing. Even Jake wouldn't say it after 4 different Red Bulls playing 16 hours straight of DEFCON 4. What's your favorite? Oh, look at you. You really do have one. I was only joking. What's your favorite? What's the new video? What's the latest video game for the kiddies?
I've been playing Call of Duty Warzone.
Why not? Why not?
Why not, buddy?
I like that one. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, we got some Joe Biden audio. Joe Biden, Joe being Joe. It's Joe being Joe. Did you know 120 million people have died from COVID? Did you know that? Since this whole thing began? What? What? What are you laughing at?
That's the guy that they want to elect as president.
That is the guy. It's even Jake. Even Jake on it. Even Jake knows. It's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm losing to a log. Is that what you're suggesting? That even the president, people are looking at the polling. We're going to get to some of the latest polling that says that Joe Biden's up. I'm losing to an old man in the basement. How is that even possible? He doesn't even say it. And when he says something, it's usually a problem.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
But that's not a problem to say that. Everything's fine. Forgiven. All's forgiven. Because Trump bad. All right. We'll get to the Biden audio latest. We'll get to the president from last night on Hannity. I had a few interesting things to say, at this Wisconsin town hall. President doing what he does best and just shooting from the hip, being off the cuff. It's great stuff. But also you have left-leaning outlets like the Daily Beast that love taking the president out of context. And remember, out of context is everything to the left. Taking the president, taking you, taking conservatives, taking Republicans out of context is bread and butter. By the way, I can see it. Oh, you changed the screen. The screen's dark now. It's not like, okay, I like that. I wasn't used to that. It was like, I looked at my screen, my call screen, because folks are getting ready to call in, and it turned a different color.
It's a little easier on the eyes.
Yeah, I like that. So it's all about, out of context, it's all about the soundbite. Listen, this is where the real battle is. I want you to focus on this in the next few months leading into the new year and whatever comes down the road. And it's this. Social media, the tech tyrants, and the small soundbite, out of context comments and headlines, unfortunately, is the new journalism, and it rules the day. It's the new journalism, and it rules the day. What do I mean? That the left in this country is banking on a society that loves to go to their phone and see headlines and go to Facebook and go to Twitter and go to any place else except Parler. By the way, good idea to get onto Parler, Parler. You might want to set up an account. I've set up an account there, Drew Steele Radio. I would say go to Parler. That might be a good thing to do, being that speech isn't stifled there no matter whose it is, and it's been an interesting place to be lately. And you're seeing a lot of that pop up on Twitter, and you're starting to see the hashtags, and you're starting to see people have questions about it because they're seeing a free speech and open platform where you can say what you want, and that is something that scares the left to death. If you can't stop people from saying and expressing their true feelings and what they believe and what they have, and having a true, honest debate on a platform, you are in trouble if you allow that to happen. And that's why the left is doing this. They're banking on the fact that we live in a society where people, I would say like Jake, but I'm going to say unlike Jake because Jake's not one of them. The one thing that I love about Jake is that since he's been with me on this program as a millennial, he is starting to listen, he's starting to learn, he's starting to understand, he's starting to see, he's getting it. I don't know if he's communicating it with his friends. I don't know if he's helping at all to try to change the narrative with your friends.
Yeah, they know who Soros is now, so.
They do know who George Soros is. Good for you. That's great. All right. You should be proud of yourself.
Been red pilling a lot of people.
The only thing I ask is, oh, you got a new hoodie on today. Look at you. Look at you, style man.
Had to change it up.
He's wearing a... I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and go to YouTube, Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, because just to see Jake every morning and the way he's dressed, you know, I don't ask for a lot. We're on camera, you know, each day. And I said, and so I kind of, I gave Jake a little hint early on when we started the YouTube portion of the program, maybe a subtle hint of, you know, we're going to be on camera. And his first thought was, good, I'll buy a couple of new hoodies. Okay. All right.
I could just dress crazy every day.
As if?
Maybe on Monday I'll dress as like Hogwarts, like I went to school in Harry Potter.
Would you please do me that favor? The audience would love you. 239-479-5592.
Okay.
Would you do me a favor? Why don't we start? No, this is good. We need a little bit of just escape. We need an escape, okay? This is fantastic. I wasn't prepared for this. You said this. I kind of this. If this is something you all agree with, 239-479-5592. We've dubbed Fridays Jake Day because it's Jake's favorite day. Just having a little bit of fun, How about Mondays? You tell us on Friday and text us how you want Jake to dress on a Monday. No matter what it is, doesn't matter. Whatever you want him to do, we'll pick one of our favorites from your text, and then on Monday, you tune in on the YouTube channel, you tune in and you can watch, and you'll see whatever it is that you decided. It'll be a surprise, and Jake will come in that day dressed. I will make sure of it. I will hound him. I will encourage him. I will get him the things that he needs so that whatever you decide, he will dress as. How's that?
I love it.
I love it too. I haven't seen any text yet, so it doesn't look like the audience loves the idea.
We'll see.
Even a text, yes or no. If you just text the word yes or the word no to 239-479-5592, and we'll see from there. By the way, when you go to YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate Look, they're gonna try to win this election on sound bites, taking the president out of context, doing a lot of things that are shady. They're gonna run often with the narrative about what COVID is in their eyes and what we have to do in their eyes. We're hearing a lot of people now. I'm constantly talking to people here in the state of Florida that are now worried about even leaving their homes. It's back to the way it was in March, even though the numbers are not what they were in March. Just because the cases are ticking up doesn't mean we have a dire situation at our hospitals, in the ICUs. Look, and before you start calling and texting and getting upset about when I talk about COVID and when I'm talking about the uptick in numbers and how it's different now than it was before, please don't take this out of context or make it sound like we don't care. And if you think that that's a ridiculous notion, that I would even say that because I'm looking at the numbers, I'm looking at the percentages, I'm looking at what's happening with hospitalizations across the country and in states that have an uptick like our state, as opposed to just the raw numbers of how many people have been testing positive, questions as to whether or not the testing, if somebody gets tested, for example, at at one of these drive-throughs that we see popping up. There's the big one at the Twin Stadium in Lee County. You see long lines of people. The suggestion that if somebody goes in there and they get tested and it's a positive, and then they go to their personal doctor and they have to get tested there and it's a positive, and then they end up having an respiratory issue, and they go to a respiratory a doctor specialist, and then they get tested there. So that's 3 positive tests. Each one of those are 3 separate positives as opposed to 1 separate positive for one individual. Is that the case? I'm asking. Maybe there are some physicians that could explain if that is the case. I'm not saying it is, but I am saying that Daniel Horowitz from Conservative Review and others have said it is the case. So it's one or the other. That when we tell you that we want to know the raw data and the numbers, when we tell you that it looks as if when you break down the numbers, even the Wall Street Journal in an opinion piece, news from the non-lockdown states suggesting that the ones that didn't lock down have about as equal a percentage and number, states like Utah that didn't lock down as states that did, that the non-lockdown states per capita COVID fatalities 75% lower in open states. That the ones that did lock down did not do themselves any favors compared to the non-lockdown states, which have better economic futures now, immediate futures, because they didn't, as opposed to the ones that did. Please don't make it sound as if we are insensitive. Don't make it sound like we don't care. Don't make it sound like we don't realize that there have been deaths. Don't do that, because that's not what we're saying. When we're looking and we want to know the specific numbers, is it possible that when you do the breakdowns, as some have, is it possible to see that where these uptick in cases are taking place are in low-income communities where multi-generational housing is taking place, where there are multi-generations of families that are in one home, that we're seeing an uptick in places like that, where we're seeing an uptick in nursing homes, in the elderly, if we're seeing we want to see the percentages. Is that where the numbers are coming from? And yes, there are studies that have been done to suggest exactly that. That if you do break it down, you start to see where those numbers are coming from. Don't you want to know if that's what's happening here in the state? Who are these people? What are the numbers? We hear that there's an average median age. Is that what the median age? And that's the issues that are happening with the upticks in numbers of cases in the state of Florida? Well, the median age is 37. Where are they? Can we pinpoint exactly where in the state of Florida it is? Do we know where the quote-unquote hot spots are, that we can take care of those spots and take care of those individuals? Now, I'm saying all of this because, number one, I don't want people suggesting to you that we here at this station are not sensitive to the fact that people have died from COVID. Even recently, we've heard of deaths of people that are not 37, that are not 57, that are not 87. And then the suggestion that because there was a death of somebody under 18, that for some reason now we have to re-examine what we're doing about reopening schools in full. We want all the details, right? Everything specifically. If we know that the percentages are telling us that the comorbidity is an issue, that maybe somebody had asthma, they had a comorbidity, they have something that physically was an issue if they were to get COVID. We should know that, right? We should have all the evidence and all the information about the conditions of individuals, the conditions of, or the specifics of where all of these things are taking place before we start to make this blanket statement that the governor's got to go, because he's putting a pause right now in the state of Florida to go to phase 3, but we're not going to phase 0. We're not bringing everybody back in their house. Now, doesn't that sound ridiculous that we're going to do that? Does that make any sense, even from a mental, physical standpoint, from I have to provide for my family standpoint? So every time there's an uptick, we need to go back and scurry back into our homes, and then everything goes down, and then we can come back out again, and then it starts to go up, and then we got to scurry back in again, and then it comes down, and then we get down. How long is this cycle going to continue? It continues as long as people who are pushing the narrative want it to continue, without giving us the hardcore facts and numbers. They're out there, and the DATs and Stata are. It's DATs and Stata. Hey, Jake, what's a DATs and Stata? Isn't that a famous? That's one of those disco groups or those dance groups. DATs and Stata.
DATs and Stata. Yeah.
And I say this because I'm looking at a headline from the Washington Post. And the Washington Post headline says new research explores how conservative media misinformation may have intensified the severity of the pandemic. Yep. So the Washington Post today has decided to go full conservative media misinformation is the problem. Really? Yep, that's where they went. That's where they're going. That's where they're going to go. And just that headline alone, 3 studies paint a picture of a media ecosystem that entertains conspiracy theories and discourages audiences from taking steps to protect themselves and others. I didn't say you shouldn't protect yourself. I didn't say you shouldn't protect others. I didn't say anything about taking steps. I said I want the data. I want the information. But they don't want that. They got the headline. They're going to put that out on social media. People will scoop it up. They'll read it. They'll put it on their Facebook post, and they'll say that we are the bad guys. There it is. All right, we'll talk about this more and get your thoughts. 239-479-5592. All right, let's find out what's happening with traffic. We've got time. Let's do it. Sabrina Katz has it.
A crash in Alva at North River Road and Parkinson Road is causing traffic to basically come to a standstill for about 2 miles. So heading eastbound towards that Alva Bridge, guys, definitely give yourself lots of extra time. There's also a crash in Fort Myers at Fowler and Winkler. No major backups here, just a tap on your brakes heading westbound on Winkler. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Heat advisory in effect across Southwest Florida. We're going to be at 96 degrees today, tomorrow, 95 on Sunday, with a lower than normal amount of storms, but still a few spotty storms possible during the afternoons and evening.
All right. I see you. Good morning. It's Friday. It's Jake Day. And look at you. All of you want to comment on Jake and Jake Millennial Monday. Somebody called it Millennial Mondays. What do you think about that? Wait, hold on. You can see Jake. Okay, Millennial Mondays. What do you think? He's thinking. Yep, can't improve on that. I think you can hear Jake. He said he can't improve on that. That's about as good as it gets. All right, Millennial Mondays. So we'll do. So you want to hear some of the suggestions that people have on YouTube and Facebook as we're streaming live?
Yeah, my favorite right now is the golf guy. I want to dress as the golf guy with the plaids.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me go turn you. All right. So what did you say? Your favorite guy so far is what?
The golf guy with the plaid shorts and like the golf hat.
All right, so golf guy, plaid shorts. Okay, golf guy. Let's see. Somebody said. Hold on a second. I'm trying to do this.
I saw one that said dress as Trump.
Yep. Sue Rainey says keep it clean. Of course we're going to keep it clean, Sue.
Create the perfect untucked shirts, but along the way,
How about Han Solo or Chewbacca? All right, well, we'll write these down. Write them down. Or, well, they're going to be there, so. BTDB Ninja said chicken suit. That you should wear a chicken. Well, I don't know. We have to find a chicken suit. All right.
try our famous polos. Save 25% on all polo styles at your local Untuckit store today and at untuckit.com. Hey, it's Drew Steele, and I have something important that I want to share with you about.
I know there, Jessica. Looking at Jessica, she said, "Yeah, Oktoberfest is 6 months away." Well, no, it's not 6 months away. June, July, August, September, October. It's actually 4 months away, but it's still a long time away. She was saying that it was 6 months away. It's a long ways away to cancel Oktoberfest or to postpone it. And I don't know how you postpone it, because then you start getting into the holiday season, into November and December, and then you're mixing holidays and Thanksgiving, and I don't know. I don't know how that works. All right. And let's see what we got. Jason said 120 million dead from COVID and 100 million from... That's right. Is there anyone left in the U.S.? Yeah, I'm getting to that, Jason. You kind of stole my thunder there, but we'll get to that audio coming up. Yeah, Jake's laughing because if you... Yeah, so he said, so Biden said 120 million dead from COVID and 150 million dead from guns. So that's almost 270 million people. So there's only like a few people in Provo, a couple of people scattered maybe in Schenectady, and lots of cockroaches. Because those are the only things that survive.
What's our entire population in the U.S.? Isn't it like
300 plus million?
So that's a quarter of our entire population.
Oh, it's 3/4.
Oh, yeah, 3/4.
Like, a lot. Yeah. All right. All right, we're going to take a break, and going to get Jake off the screen. All right, so, yeah, we'll be talking about all kinds of different issues coming up. By the way, do you like it when... I don't even know if I should ask this question. I was just going to see how you guys... I have the, the screen this screen. Or do you like it better when you see the background? Like, I could just leave it, and you would watch me looking and prepping, and people walking behind me, and I don't know. Maybe I'll just put that up there. Okay. All right, we'll be back in a bit.
We cut billions in taxes.
Every year, removed government barriers to job growth and made huge strides in fixing our water quality. Now I'm looking to use that experience as your next Lee County property appraiser. I've spent the past 20 years working as a professional property appraiser in both the residential and commercial markets. It's something I know well, and I'm the only candidate with this experience in the industry. I'm Matt Caldwell, and through the years, I've proven myself as a trusted, principled conservative. More than ever, it is crucial that we have strong conservatives with a proven record, someone in office that you know will not back down and will always defend our values. I've served you before, and I'm ready to do it again. I'm Matt Caldwell. I'm running for Lee County Property Appraiser, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid by Matt Caldwell, Republican for Lee County Property Appraiser.
Attention, Southwest Florida. Are you ready for this? Only Naples Nissan will give you $8,000 over Kelley Blue Book value for your trade-in. Hundreds of new SUV models to choose from, all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Pick out your favorite at naplesnissan.com. Then come see us on Pine Ridge Road to find out the KBB.com current market value for your trade-in. We'll give you $8,000 more so you can drive that brand new Nissan home today. If KBB says it's worth $5,000, Naples Nissan will give you $13,000. If KBB says 10, we'll give you 18. You must act fast, though. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details. Offer on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for Cathedral Roofing Innovations. Now, Hurricane Irma was a long time ago, but believe it or not, well, problems with tile roofs, they continue to occur as a result. Now, many homeowners are just now feeling the effects of the hidden damage that occurred to their tile roof. Now, whether it's new leaks, cracked, unsecured tiles, these roofs are living on borrowed time. Now, tile roofs, by nature of their design, are susceptible to lift and powerful storms like hurricanes. When this occurs, your tile underlayment can be compromised, but you would not realize it until possibly years later. Now, with Cathedral Roofing Innovations, you got a great roofing company to inspect your roof for any damage. And just because you don't have leaks doesn't mean you don't have issues. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com. They are the tile experts in Naples, and they will start the inspection process right away. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com. cathedralroofingnaples.com.
License number CCC 1331928.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Right now, it is not mandatory to wear masks on Fort Myers Beach, but Mayor Ray Murphy says if the push continues and new cases stay at high levels, he may put that on the agenda for the next meeting. Council does not meet in July. The next regularly scheduled meeting's not until August, but the mayor says a meeting could be called sooner if the situation warrants. Today, Lee County businesses have a final opportunity to apply for help through the Lee Cares Business Relaunch Grant Program. Businesses are eligible for a $5,000 relaunch grant to help after the Safer at Home order was issued this spring. Tomorrow, family and friends will hold a funeral for fallen FWC officer Julian Keene. The service will be at 11 a.m. at Bethel Ministries International. A burial will follow the service at Lake Trafford Cemetery in Immokalee. FEMA is providing our state with nearly $34 million to help deal with costs all associated to the coronavirus. The funds are expected to boost testing and increase supplies of protective medical equipment. FGCU is going to start a phased return for a small group of employees on Monday. All others will continue working from home. For those staff members who are returning, any who have traveled outside of Southwest Florida since May 30th must contact Human Resources on campus and limit travel. The school is also developing a COVID-19 screening app for students and staff. Cape Coral's Oktoberfest is now postponed. Organizers say the health and safety of their members and the community factored heavily in their decision. They plan to be back in 2021. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
A crash in Alva at North River Road and Parkinson Road is causing traffic to basically come to a standstill for about 2 miles. So heading eastbound towards that Alva Bridge, guys, definitely give yourself lots of extra time. There's also a crash in Fort Myers at Fowler and Winkler. No major backups here, just a tap on your brakes heading westbound on Winkler. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another day, another heat advisory across Southwest Florida as temperatures will be topping out in the mid-90s with our heat index as high as 106 to 111. A few spotty showers and storms are going to be popping up by the afternoon and evening, but overall fairly limited. A few more into the weekend, which has beach and pool written all over it. Considering all of our sunshine, temps well into the 90s, please stay cool if you're going to be out and about. Saharan dust also will be with us at the mid-levels of the atmosphere, swirling around all the way into next week with scattered showers and storms set to return. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
People are beginning to make up their minds now, and this is a critical moment.
The 2020 election plays out here.
It's a toss-up.
92.5 Fox News.
Take control of your home's water. What does that even mean? Well, look, if you're thinking about taking control of the chlorine that's in your water, you're just tired of it. You know it's ruining your appliances. And you know that your family does not enjoy drinking water out of the faucet. They don't enjoy showering in it. Give Pelican Water Systems a call. Talk to my buddy Max. Schedule your free Pelican water test right now. Man, you're not going to believe what you find in your water. And they don't need to come in your home to test it. They have a zero contact option. And for city or well water, you're going to love the way your water tastes from every faucet. And Pelican, as you probably know, has both the industry-leading salt-free smart combo, so there's no lugging in bags of salt, and they have the Advantage salt system as well, so they have both salt and salt-free. And this month, you can save 15% on the Pelican salt-free smart combo. It's the same one I have, with UV protection. Now, UV protection, it helps reduce harmful bacteria, and it even works in a boil water alert. Had those before? Well, Pelican Water Specialists are standing by, taking your call right now. 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799. Or schedule online at PelicanWestFL.com.
Looking for a frameless shower door? My Shower Door has just opened their 8th Florida showroom, and it's conveniently located in Cape Coral. With more than 75,000 frameless shower doors installed, no one has more experience and 5-star reviews than My Shower Door. We've been named #1 by readers of the News Press and Naples News for 17 consecutive years and have just been named as Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. Want to see more? Go to myShowerDoor.com.
Mamma Mia, Airport Kia. Mamma Mia, Airport Kia.
Come in today where Kia is committed to accelerating the good on a 2020 Kia Sportage from only $23,900 with no payments for 120 days and 0% interest for 75 months. Through Kia Motors Finance with approved credit. Not all buyers will qualify. $13.89 per month for $1,000 financed at 72 months. See dealer for details plus tax and dealer fee. Offer expires 6/30/20. Check us out online anytime at airportkianaples.com.
Airport Kia.
Hey, it's Drew Steele here, and hurricane season, you know, it's upon us, and it's supposed to be a pretty active season for 2020. Get peace of mind from my friends at Generator Supercenter, the #1 Generac automatic standby generator dealer in the nation. You don't have to sweat the next outage. I've had my Generac for years. It is amazing. Get your free estimate on your Generac automatic standby generator today, in time for hurricane season, with expert installation and 24-hour monitoring. Generator Supercenter. Give them a shout at 204-3469. That's 204-3469 for Generator Supercenter.
Lee County, 1,200 square miles, 500 miles of waterways, 130 schools, and you. Protecting paradise is a big job, but Sheriff Carmine Marcino and his deputies are hard at work, holding career criminals accountable, leading the fight against COVID-19, keeping our crime rate one of the lowest in the state, and keeping our businesses, neighborhoods, and schools safe.
I'm Lee County Sheriff Carmine Marcino, and my mission is simple. I serve to protect. That is why our Safe Kids, Safe Schools program puts a school resource officer in every school. And that's why I put more deputies on the street to stop career criminals. It is why I'm committed to keeping you informed about our COVID-19 response. No matter the threat, whether it's a pandemic, civil unrest, or natural disasters, we will keep Lee County one of the safest in Florida. I'm Sheriff Carmine Marcino, and I serve to protect you.
This is paradise. Sheriff Marcino is here to protect it. Sponsored by Conservative Champion Leaders.
The Collier County Supervisor of Elections Office wants to remind you that any registered voter may request a ballot and vote by mail. To request your ballot online, visit colliervotes.com or call the Supervisor of Elections Office at 252-VOTE. That's 252-8683. Complete and return your ballot to the Supervisor of Elections Office by 7 p.m. on Election Day. Make your vote by mail ballot request today and be election ready. Again, the number is 252-VOTE. That's 252-8683.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. That's the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line, streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch. All you need to do is go to YouTube and just type in Drew Steele Radio, and there you'll see our smiling faces. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It is a good thing. I'm looking here. The Dixie Chicks have changed their name officially to the Chicks. 239-479-5592. And I know a lot of people were saying, are they still around? Yeah, apparently they are. Did you know that, Jake? The Dixie Chicks. We got to change that. So the Dixie Chicks are now the Chicks. Nobody, the thing that amazes me is, how do you change your name to the Chicks, assuming that there's no other Chicks? There's no band in the history of mankind since song was created, since the early days, since the times of biblical times of David, since going all the way through to Roman times, to the 12th century, to the 15th century, into the 21st century, not one single band has ever said, hey, why don't we call ourselves the Chicks? Like, there's no Chicks? Can you look that up, Jake? I mean, is that even possible to find anymore? Because I would assume that if the Dixie Chicks come along and say, we're changing our name to the Chicks, and there's a couple of people that are in, like, Albany that are like, oh, no, what do we do now? Then I'm assuming that they understand that they're going to be canceled, right? That's it. That if your name was the Chicks, you better change your name because the Dixie Chicks have changed their name, and you can't have that name anymore. Right? Like, they own it. That's unless they came along and said, hey, you get a call, like the phone's ringing one day, and it's like, hello? Hey, this is the Dixie Chicks. Oh, hi. Are you the leader of the band called the Chicks? Yes. Hey, listen, how'd you like to make a quick buck on your name? Because we're changing our name. And how much are we talking? I mean, that's right? I don't know. It's just one of those things that goes through my mind. You can't tell me that there's no band out there called the Chicks already. Maybe even in history, maybe in the 60s. I mean, in the 60s, right? It was, hey, look at that chick. She's...
All right, so why don't we just come out with a band called the Chicks, me and you. Let's do it now, and then we can go ahead and sue them.
You should check and see. If I wonder if it's like...
trademarked?
Yeah.
I can look into it.
Mm-hmm. See if there's like the chicks.com.
Be kind of cool to own a catalog, wouldn't it?
No, buy the chicks.com. See if there's a... if there's a... what do you call it? A domain name. And we could buy it and then tell them we're not giving it up, and then put all kinds of Trump stuff up there. And then, no, there's got to be a chicks.com. Is there the chicks.com? What does it say?
There is.
Yeah. What
I'm
is
not
it?
going there.
Do I even want to know?
I don't.
Should you not have? The phone's ringing. You know what that means? That means it was probably a bad decision. Because like,
boss is calling.
Oh no! It was like, listen, we're just checking. We didn't know that it was going to go to that kind of a website. All right. Hey, does that mean that Dixie Roadhouse now has to change their name?
What about Dixie cups, mason jars? Like, what's next?
All right, Dixie. Right. Well, is it the Mason Dixon cups or Mason Dixie cups?
Well, I just know because my little cousins, their names are Mason and
Mhm.
Dixie.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're not very happy right now.
All right. So no more Dixie cups. We've got to call them just cups. Hey, could you go get me some cups? What kind of cups? Cups. You know, what brand? Cups. The Cups brand of cups. Is it Cups brand of cups? Well, yeah, because they can't be calling them Dixie cups anymore. So now we got to figure that out. And Dixie Roadhouse, I guess, is going to have to change their name, right? In Cape Coral. I think I saw somewhere on one of the social media sites, somebody was saying that they're going to change their name.
To the Roadhouse.
Well, they're going to have to change it to something because obviously the mobs aren't going to accept it the way it is. We've got to change everything. Just got to change it all. What's next? What do we change next? There's a call to get rid of Mount Rushmore. Yep, Mount Rushmore should be removed, tribal president says ahead of Trump's visit. President Trump prepares to visit Mount Rushmore. A South Dakota tribal president's preparing a memo of disapproval. The Oglala Sioux president, Julian Bear Runner, says the president failed to consult with tribal leaders about the visit to the Black Hills, which the Sioux consider part of their Great Sioux Reservation, land that was never ceded to the U.S. Here we go. I don't know. How do you think that's going to end up? I don't know. But we got that. So Mount Rushmore's next. We know in South Dakota, the governor's like, no. We're not doing anything. Nope, we're not changing Mount Rushmore. We're not doing anything. If you're planning on going up there with a chisel, you better get down because it's not happening. And that's the way it's going to need to be for a while. We're going to have to make sure that is what we're doing. So we've got that out there. You know, there was I hope I could find it. I want to say that there was a breakdown. Was it Pew Research Center? Recent protest attendees are more racially and ethnically diverse, younger than Americans overall. Large-scale protests and rallies for racial equality have captured public attention and amplified calls for policy reforms in recent weeks. No, it really hasn't amplified calls for policy reforms. It is people vandalizing, tearing down statues, and demanding that things change. And, you know, if you're one or two people that are offended by something, you don't get to have the only voice in the room. We get to talk about this. You don't get to do what you want just because you're upset by something. It's not your decision, and then everybody else has to sit back and accept that. It doesn't work that way. It's not even a democracy here. It's not mob rules. It's not any of that. Some 6% of U.S. adults say they've attended a protest or rally that's focused on issues related to racial equality in the last month. And those who have are more likely to be non-white and younger than Americans overall, according to a recent Pew Research survey. All right, so we're going to break down some of the numbers. Black Americans account for 17% of those who say they attended a protest focused on racial equality in the last month. 17%. So the race and racial equality issues, the protests that have been happening, the tearing down of statues, the vandalizing of public property, of private property, the destruction on the streets, 17% have been Black Americans. 46% have been white. 46% have been white. 22% have been Hispanic. 8% are Asian. There are more white people that are at these protests than there are Black, Hispanic, or Asian. Just about. There are more whites that are at these protests than Black. Does that say something to you about where the destruction is coming from? Does that say anything about who is destroying the statues and monuments and the anarchy that's on the street? It's mostly white. So who are these individuals? Who are these people? 4 in 10 say that they're younger than 30. And 8 in 10, that's almost 80% of those who say they participated in a protest or rally focused on race or racial equality in the last month identify with or lean towards Jake the millennial. I'll ask you, pick a party. If I said to you, which party, 80%, the people that show up at these rallies, the party that they're showing up, that they are affiliated with or say they are likely to affiliate or lean towards is?
Communist Democrats.
That is correct, sir. Maybe not in that order, but it's pretty much the same thing, isn't it? At this point. Now, look, if you're a Democrat, you have quite the opportunity right now. You have the opportunity to look at me square in the eyes. I'm looking at you on YouTube, streaming live on YouTube, Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, and subscribe while you're here. You have the opportunity to look at me straight in the eye and say, I'm not that kind of Democrat. I'm not a Marxist. I'm not a communist. I'm not even a socialist. Why are you even calling me out that way? Why would you say that? Well, because the people that you're hanging out with are. Because the party that you affiliate with is. And don't say that they're not. Black Lives Matter says that they are a Marxist organization. Their ideology is Marxist. Your party, is siding with Black Lives Matter, the organization. Not the idea that Black lives matter or all lives matter or Asian lives matter or Hispanic lives matter. Not about lives. This is about an organization that is about Marxism that wants to tear down the system. They've said it in their own words. We played the audio yesterday. This is who you affiliate with. Oh, and by the way, Jerry Nadler, a Democrat, somebody that is your party affiliation. So you have a choice as to whether or not you think that Jerry Nadler is a good guy or a bad guy, or if he is honest or not. Jerry Nadler on the House floor yesterday when we were talking about police reform, you know, the police reform that the Democrats demanded. And of course, they pushed through a Democrat bill through the House that Republicans really had nothing to do with. They are trying to say that whatever the Senate has in mind as far as police reform is ridiculous and it's a joke and it doesn't go far enough, or it really is something like, oh, I don't know, Nancy Pelosi said, where it's really about, they're okay with the murder of George Floyd. Like she said yesterday, the most outrageous statement that Chuck Schumer backed. Jerry Nadler yesterday said,
dealing with imaginary things like Antifa.
Imaginary things like Antifa. Is Antifa imaginary to you, Democrat, that's watching me right now? Is it imaginary? You know, the 80% of Democrats that are showing up at these protests and the 46% of whites that are showing up at these protests, this demographic, the demographic that's there, that's destroying private property, that's destroying public property, that's tearing down these statues. Where do you think they're getting their ideology from, everybody? Where do you think they're being taught to do these things? To tear down statues, to talk to police like they do, to talk about defunding police. Where do you think they're coming up with this ideology? I'll give you a hint, you're paying for it. No. All right, let's go to some calls. Let's see. Let's get you. Pedro's in LA. Hello, Pedro. How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm great. What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
Yeah. Okay. For the past couple of days, we all have witnessed these people turning up these these monuments, these statues that it's American history, regardless if it's bad or good. But they're doing what the hell they're doing. But they don't realize that they don't know the history of their own kind, because this Black Lives Matter, all this kind of groups, radical groups that is actually leaded by the Democratic Party on the behind the curtains. Well, I made a research on Google and I put down, did black people have slaves? I typed that up in Google and I went a couple lines down, and I found out on the root.com on the Did Black People Have Slaves? Mm-hmm. It has a whole history of free men back in the 18 and also 1953 that they had black slaves of their own kind, and they also had they renamed it as white servants. Okay, so I just wanted you to know that, so that you could do a little research, so that these people that are tearing up private property, they want to change all the names that's been here in America for hundreds of years, and they want to do all this changing of the so-called the new world. They need to know that, hey man, racism.
Well, listen. Pedro, listen.
Racism is not the problem. Racism is not the problem. The problem is humanity is the problem.
Well, you hit on something there, Pedro. Listen, we got to run, but I appreciate it, and you did hit on something there that's important. It's a quote that was brought up yesterday that I'll play again, that Martha McCallum brought up from Martin Luther King Jr. when he talked about, paraphrasing, a day that would come that we wouldn't talk about black power or white power. We would talk about God's power and how important that is and how we're missing that. And there's no doubt about it. That's what we are missing. That's a big part of what is happening here in this country and in this world. And it's obvious for a lot of people. But look, it's really about understanding history, knowing what history is, not taking history and deciding to pick and choose moments in time and situations that work for you, to Pedro's point, as some of these individuals that are at these protests. You don't get to pick and choose history. History is what it is. The good, bad, the ugly, all of it. It's what it is in every aspect. It's not the ones you get to pick and choose. All right, we'll get to that more coming up. Let's find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
The crash in Alva at North River Road and Parkinson Road is slowing traffic eastbound with reports of westbound roadblock. Also, the crash in Fort Myers at Fowler and Winkler Avenue causing just minor congestion at the intersection. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Heat advisory in effect across Southwest Florida. We're going to be at 96 degrees today, tomorrow, 95 on Sunday, with a lower than normal amount of storms, but still a few spotty storms possible during the afternoons and evenings. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh. Today, my friends, a tale of two cities. In New York City, 4 hotels with over 1,000 rooms were set up for coronavirus patients. But there are only 21 occupants at these hotels. Social service advocates are furious, according to the New York Post. They think the hotel rooms should be open to homeless people because the homeless, some of whom are infected, are living in the subways or forced into nursing homes. Activists call the situation morally disgusting. Now, meanwhile, out on the left coast, advocates are losing patience with LA's handling of the homeless. The Los Angeles Times reports that homeless advocates and homeless people showed up at a swanky hotel. They asked to see some rooms, and once they gained access, they refused to leave until law enforcement made arrests. So the advocates are now demanding the city government simply seize the hotels and commandeer the rooms to house the massive homeless population on LA's Skid Row. Legal experts say this is doable, but it might be too time-consuming to satisfy these advocates. The process of seizing private property like hotels, it could take months. That's unacceptable. So there you have it. Homeless advocates on both liberal coasts are ticked off. They say the homeless are getting the short end of the stick. Now, who runs these places? Yep, it's liberal Democrats. If this doesn't make sense to you, that's why. CBD getting a lot of attention these days. Level Select CBD is a brand to watch from Cadenwood, the trusted leader in CBD. Their sports creams and roll-ons are great for pro athletes, amateurs, anybody trying to keep active. No matter what activity you engage in, you could use the relief Level Select CBD provides. Retired athletes like Steve Garvey and Carson Palmer use it every day. And now, PGA Tour champion Ricky Fowler has made Level Select CBD his brand of choice, too. They use it because it works, folks. Independently tested, 0% THC, made in the USA. Go to levelselectcbd.com, use the promo code CBD25 for 25% off any of their full line of CBD products. That's levelselectcbd.com, promo code CBD25, or dial pound 250 on your cell phone, say Level Select, and this offer will be sent right to your phone.
You will have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from Level Select.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for Cathedral Roofing Innovations. Now, Hurricane Irma was a long time ago, but believe it or not, well, problems with tile roofs, they continue to occur as a result. Now, many homeowners are just now feeling the effects of the hidden damage that occurred to their tile roof. Now, whether it's new leaks, cracked, unsecured tiles, these roofs are living on borrowed time. Now, tile roofs, by nature of their design, are susceptible to lift and powerful storms like hurricanes. When this occurs, your tile underlayment can be compromised, but you would not realize it until possibly years later. Now, with Cathedral Roofing Innovations, you get a great roofing company to inspect your roof for any damage. And just because you don't have leaks doesn't mean you don't have issues. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com. They are the tile experts in Naples, and they will start the inspection process right away. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com. Cathedralroofingnaples.com.
License number CCC 1331928.
I'm Dr. William Fingelstaller. I'm running for Congress because America is at its greatest crossroads yet. The Democrat Party has transformed into a criminal enterprise that is destroying our country from within, trampling the Constitution, defunding our first responders, and wreaking havoc on our churches and businesses. I'm Dr. William Fingelstaller, and I approve this message because now is not the time to be sending weak leaders to Washington. In Congress, I will fight the radical left with everything I've got. You can count on it.
Paid for by William Fingelstaller for Congress.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and I have something important that I want to share with you about my good friends Kevin and Todd at AMCO of Bonita Springs. Look, they understand the last thing you need to worry about in 2020 is what to do and where to go when you're having car troubles, right? Their shops know a thing or two about hard times, especially since they opened in 2008. Remember, that was during a recession, and they've worked hard from day one and every day since to make sure they simply do the right thing when it comes to your auto or truck repair needs. Not only are Kevin, Todd, and the team great conservatives, but they're also very good at what they do when it comes to the maintenance and repairs that you need, whatever that may be. Because look, you rely on that vehicle each day to get you where you need to be. Not only do they do all things related to transmission work, but they even do brakes, air conditioning, check engine light diagnostic, tires, alignments. Look, you name it, they can handle it. Southwest Florida's come to know AMCO of Bonita Springs as the place you can trust with your car or truck. So give them a call, will you? 992-2626. That's 239-992-2626. And if it's your first time into the shop, make sure you let them know you heard it right here on 92.5 Fox News.
As our state representative, Ray Rodriguez has always been the conservative we could count on. Now, Ray wants to take his conservative record to the Florida Senate. Ray Rodriguez fought to end illegal immigration in Florida. He helped ban sanctuary cities and fought alongside Governor DeSantis to protect our jobs by passing E-Verify. Ray will continue to fight to ensure those in our country illegally will not find sanctuary in our state. When it came to protecting the right to life, no one was more pro-life than Ray Rodriguez. Rodriguez. In Florida's Senate, Ray will continue the fight to protect the unborn. And when Donald Trump needed him the most, Ray was there. As one of Florida's members of the Electoral College, Ray stood strong against Hillary Clinton and the Democrats when they tried to steal the election by flipping electors. In the Florida Senate, Ray will always support President Trump and his plan to keep America great. Ray Rodriguez has always been a conservative we could count on. Now we need him in the Florida Senate. Paid by Ray Rodriguez, Republican, for the Florida Senate.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Right now, it is not mandatory to wear masks on Fort Myers Beach, but Mayor Ray Murphy says if the push continues and new cases stay at high levels, he may put that on the agenda for the next meeting. Council does not meet in July. The next regularly scheduled meeting's not until August, but the mayor says a meeting could be called sooner if the situation warrants. Today, Lee County businesses have a final opportunity to apply for help through the Lee Cares Business Relaunch Grant Program. Businesses are eligible for a $5,000 relaunch grant to help after the Safer at Home order was issued this spring. Tomorrow, family and friends will hold a funeral for fallen FWC officer Julian Keene. The service will be at 11 a.m. at Bethel Ministries International. A burial will follow the service at Lake Trafford Cemetery in Immokalee. FEMA is providing our state with nearly $34 million to help deal with costs all associated to the coronavirus. The funds are expected to boost testing and increase supplies of protective medical equipment. FGCU is going to start a phased return for a small group of employees on Monday. All others will continue working from home. For those staff members who are returning, any who have traveled outside of Southwest Florida since May 30th must contact Human Resources on campus and limit travel. The school is also developing a COVID-19 screening app for students and staff. Cape Coral's Oktoberfest is now postponed. Organizers say the health and safety of their members and the community factored heavily in their decision. They plan to be back in 2021. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News Traffic.
The crash in Alva at North River Road and Parkinson Road is slowing traffic eastbound with reports of westbound roadblock. Also, the crash in Fort Myers at Fowler and Winkler Avenue causing just minor congestion at the intersection. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another day, another heat advisory across Southwest Florida as temperatures will be topping out in the mid-90s with our heat index as high as 106 to 111. A few spotty showers and storms are going to be popping up by the afternoon and evening, but overall fairly limited. A few more into the weekend, which has beach and pool written all over it. Considering all of our sunshine, temps well into the 90s. Please stay cool if you're going to be out and about. Saharan dust also will be with us at the mid-levels of the atmosphere, swirling around all the way into next week with scattered showers and storms set to return. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. Trust all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
See a 2017 Chevy Traverse with only 15,000 miles, a 2019 Cadillac XT5 with 19,000 miles, and a 2009 Dodge Caliber with only 4,000 miles. Over 300 vehicles. Visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Hey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home.
And due to these difficult times, we have extended our no diagnostic fees, no trip charges, no strings. Visit FloridaCoolToday.com to schedule. Carrier, turn to the experts.
You probably know Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter. not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk Dray Sites in Telesano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk Dray Sites in Telesano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
Lower taxes, debt reduction, increased reserves. That's what Kevin Ruane did as mayor of Sanibel. Now Kevin Ruane is running for District 1 on the Lee County Commission. An accountant and businessman, Kevin Ruane knows what it takes to balance a budget and has the record to prove it. Kevin cut Sanibel's taxes by 26% and reduced debt by 80%, all while increasing the city's reserve funds. Now, more than ever, Lee County needs a strong conservative that knows how to run a business and isn't afraid to make the tough decisions to get our economy back on track. We need Kevin Ruane on the County Commission, guiding the way to job creation and financial stability as our economy recovers from the coronavirus crisis. Kevin will bring his 40 years of business experience and his proven record of results to the County Commission to lead the charge in the tough times that lie ahead. Let's put Kevin Ruane to work for us. Vote for Kevin Ruane for Lee County Commissioner. Paid by Kevin Ruane, Republican, for Lee County Commissioner, District 1.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. It's Jake Day. It is the day that Jake waits all week for. Look at it. Look at the joy in his face. If you're watching on YouTube, streaming live right now on YouTube, you just go to Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. While you're there, please subscribe to the channel. You can see Jake's face. And something that we decided we were going to do this morning. You know, Jake Day's on Fridays. Jake brought this up. I said that he's got a new hoodie on. It seems like he's always wearing the same thing. And how did we come up with this idea that we said that Jake Day's on a Friday? How about Monday? We do like Millennial Monday. And what we'll do is, because Jake is always wearing the same hoodie and everything during the week, that maybe Mondays we kick off the week with whatever you suggest. You go to the text line, 239-479-5592, and you just text us what you would like Jake to dress up as on Mondays. We'll start off the week with whatever you suggest. We've had suggestions of Chewbacca, right? Didn't somebody say dress up as Chewbacca? What else did they say? Somebody said Shrek. Somebody said...
yeah, we had Trump.
Who knows? So here's what we're going to do. As long as you are agreeing to this, and you can text us and let us know if this is an idea that you like, because we're going to need to know quick because it's already the weekend. 239-479-5592. Just text the word yes or no if you like the idea. And if you like it and you text the word yes, text the suggestion. And then you tune in to our YouTube channel on Monday. Every Monday we'll do it for as long as you like. And every Monday, Jake will come in dressed up as whatever you suggest. I don't know what that would be. I don't know what it would look like. I'm not sure. But if you... Okay, somebody said they want you to dress up like Jerry Nadler. So does that mean you would put... so in other words, you would have a pair of glasses on, and then you would have your mask on over your forehead. Remember that whole picture of Jerry Nadler with his mask over his forehead at the committee meeting there?
We could probably make that happen.
Okay, so maybe that's where we're going. Who knows? So go ahead and make the suggestions. and text them in. And as you're doing it, Jake's jotting them down. And then Monday, surprise, you will be surprised to find out what you've come up with. And that'll be the way to kick off Mondays. Because, look, sometimes we just need a break. Sometimes we just need to step away for a second and just kind of laugh a little bit or have a little bit of fun. It's stressful. It's stressful, everything that is going on, the numbers that we're hearing. I mean, I walk into the newsroom and I'm looking at CBS News, the morning shows and all the talking heads, and they open up their first break. It's not about how the Flynn case and the details about Strzok's notes, talking about implicating the vice president and the president of the United States, Barack Obama and Joe Biden, and how they were intricately involved in the whole scheme against Michael Flynn and those notes, and James Comey and his involvement in it as well, and how that whole thing is falling apart, and it could be really, really bad for Joe Biden, coming up even worse than things that he could possibly say.
Not a joke.
Not a joke. No, they don't open up with that, or they don't get any more details on that specifically. No, they go right into the uptick of the COVID-19 cases and how we're starting to see an uptick here in the state, to the point where the governor had to go yesterday and say, listen, we're not ready to go to phase 3. We're just kind of pausing here. We're not going backwards. We're not going to be in a situation, everybody, where we're going to start seeing an uptick in cases, and then everybody's got to run into their house, and then it comes back down again. And then we run back outside, and then we got cases are going up. We got to run back inside. We're not going to be like scurrying mice going back and forth. We can't live this way. We've talked about living in margin. We've talked about the details of what it's like each and every day for you as a business owner, and for you who are trying to collect a paycheck to be able to pay bills and take care of your family, and how this is the card we have been dealt, and the work that is being done by HHS and CDC and others that are trying to figure out and help out, and the private companies that are trying to come up with some solutions, whether it's therapeutics or some kind of vaccine if possible. But we do need to have the numbers. We need to have the data, everybody. We need to say, well, it's all about science and data. That's what the Democrats say. That's what the left is constantly saying. Until you come up with some of the data that would suggest that we are getting more cases now, and people are saying, well, look at this. We've got more, even in March, at the peak of this, we're getting more cases now. Maybe it's because the testing that we see all over the place, the testing that you can drive up in Lee County, for example, at the Twin Stadium, where there's a long line of cars that are waiting to get tested, that you can get these tests. They're readily available all over the place. Were they in March? No, they were not. Even the suggestion that came out from the CDC and Robert Redfield, who said the actual number of Americans infected with the coronavirus could be 10 times higher than the current recorded number. 10 times. Our best estimate right now is that for every case that's reported, there's actually 10 other infections. Now, infections doesn't equal hospitalizations, everybody. Infections does not equal ICU beds. It doesn't equal any of that. If there's 10 times more with all of these cases that we are seeing, then the suggestion would be we would be overrun in our hospitals, overrun with cases, that there would be no place to go, that every single hospital in the country, every single hospital in the state would be overrun, ICU beds. The capacity would be overwhelming. It wasn't even overwhelming in March at the peak to the point where it was over what hospitals and the capacity had in a lot of areas. So let's make sure we understand where we are and what this is and the reality here. And that's not the case. So what do we have here? The suggestions that have been out there. Daniel Horowitz has done amazing work at Conservative Review, who went through this recently, and the lethality of the cases, and how it appears as if this virus is not as lethal as once thought, and the therapeutics that people have been using, and some that have been out there that they have been using early on that may have helped. The fact that these numbers seem to be in very specific areas, if the data were to be examined properly, you would see that the nursing homes is an issue. You would see that multi-generational housing is an issue. You would see a lot of different things and data points where you can point and say, well, that's where the uptick is right now, and find those hot spots. But no, we have to go with blanket statement. Numbers are going up. Everything is bad, and it's Trump's fault. It's Trump's fault. It's not anybody else's fault. It's not like, well, I guess it is. I mean, it really is about, Jake, one person, one single man, one human being on this planet who knows the truth, who knows the facts, who knows what needs to be done, who's always known what needs to be done. And you know who that man is. The man who has the evidence, the numbers, and the stats just comes out of his mouth like flows like the oxygen that's in his lungs. And that one man is Joe Biden. Joe Biden knows. He's got the numbers on the tip of his tongue right there. Just ask him. I bring you your morning cup of Joe.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke. People don't have a job. People don't have anywhere to go. They don't know what they're going to do. And a lot of people you have unnecessarily. Now we have over 120 million dead from COVID.
We what?
Unnecessarily. Now we have over 120 million dead from COVID.
We have 120 million dead from COVID. This is who you Democrats want to be the next president of the United States. This is your guy.
We choose truth over facts.
That's your guy. That's your guy. Okay. And let's be realistic about this, because it's not like he hasn't ever said that before. It's not like any time in the past has he made a mistake. It's just a mistake. He doesn't do this often. I mean, it's just...
And 50 million people have been killed since 2007 when Bernie voted to exempt the gun manufacturers from liability.
150 million people died of gun violence in the country. 150 million. Well, he may have done it before. But that's okay. All right, here's Bob. Bob's in Fort Myers wanted to weigh in a little bit on this. Hello there, Bob.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. What's on your mind?
Excellent. The media is pushing a fear for those that, you got to be scared of the COVID, and then the emotions that you have to have the right emotions to control everything. So fear and emotions are what the media narrative is right now.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt, and thanks for the call. I appreciate it, Bob. 239-479-5592. If you want to know where that fear is emanating from, where it starts from, it's right here on this station. No, I'm not kidding. That's the Washington Post narrative now. See, because you know and I know that since day one, since even before this president came down the golden escalator to let everybody know that he was going to be running for president of the United States, and the attacks, and I can go through all the different issues that people said about the president, even before the issues of looking at, for example, impeachment, and of course Brett Kavanaugh and Russia collusion hoax, and we can go through every stormy days, stormy nights, whatever the person, that whole thing. We can go on and on and on. And we know the reality of Democrats and the scandals that they have had.
The Uranium One scandal.
The IRS targeting scandal.
The Clinton Foundation. Fusion GPS dossier.
Benghazi.
Hillary Clinton email case.
Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. Remember him?
The real scandals that are out there. You know and I know where all of those lies have been disseminated from. You know where all the misinformation has come from. You know exactly where all the conspiracies, the actual conspiracies, have come from until now. Because now we know, thanks to CNN, actually thanks to the Washington Post, excuse me, I take that back, not CNN. I'm going to give them a little credit here because it wasn't them. Not really. But it is the Washington Post. New research explores how conservative media misinformation may have intensified the severity of the pandemic. There you go, everybody. It's our fault. We did it. According to the Washington Post, it's the media ecosystem of conservatives that entertain conspiracy theories and discourage his audience from taking steps to protect themselves and others. Nobody is discouraging people to take steps to protect themselves. Nobody is saying anything like that. But here we go. The narrative is out there. The short little clip, the narrative, the headline, that's going to make it about us. It's going to make it about conservatives. It's going to make it about you. You're the conspiracy theorists. You're the problem. And then we're the ones, the conservative media. We're the ones that are intensifying the severity of the pandemic. Really? That's where they're going. Look, the left in this country is off the rails. They're going to nominate and vote for Joe Biden for president of the United States, who isn't even sure where he is at any given moment. A person who is saying things that every single rational person that's listening to this or any other station understands that there's something not right. It's not anything to joke about or laugh about. It's sad. It's sad. But if you are the left in this country and you desperately want to get rid of Donald Trump as president of the United States, and you want a Bernie Sanders left-leaning progressive policy and agenda to move forward without hesitation, without pushback, and to really have people like Nancy Pelosi and Black Lives Matter and Antifa in charge of this country, what better way to do it than somebody who barely knows what room he's in at any given time and where he is and the things that are going to be said where you can go, just sit back, Joe, you're president, relax, we've got this. And Joe to agree. That's the danger, everybody. That's the real danger. All right, let's find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic slowing in Lehigh Acres north on Richmond Avenue, heading towards Greenbrier. Pretty congested right now. If you want to hop on Joel, that's going to be a faster option. Also delays on Milwaukee, just a touch heading eastbound towards Columbus, and normal slowdowns on 82 west towards Gunnery Road. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Heat advisory in effect across Southwest Florida. We're going to be at 96 degrees today, tomorrow, 95 on Sunday, with a lower than normal amount of storms, but still a few spotty storms possible during the afternoons and evenings. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
The 2020 election plays out here.
When you're dealing with these Democrats, you're fighting in an alley.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Guys, waking up over and over to pee is not okay. But now, you can reduce those nighttime bathroom trips with the ingredients in Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced. We're talking about less urges to pee at night, less bathroom trips during the day, and better bladder emptying. It's like taking 3 prostate supplements in one. You can try a full 30-day bottle of P3 Advanced, free. Just pay shipping and handling. No strings attached, no obligations, and no commitments to buy. This is a 30-day supply, absolutely free. Call 1-800-476-2471. Super Beta Prostate is the best-selling brand in major retailers like Walmart. But for this no-strings-attached free bottle, you must call now. Call 1-800-476-2471. Don't miss out on this unprecedented free offer. Call 1-800-476-2471. 1-800-476-2471.
Mamma Mia, Airport Kia. Mamma Mia, Airport Kia. Come in today where Kia is committed to accelerating the good on a 2020 Kia Sportage from only $23,900 with no payments for 120 days and 0% interest for 75 months. Through Kia Motors Finance with approved credit. Not all buyers will qualify. $13.89 per month for $1,000 financed at 72 months. See dealer for details plus tax and dealer fee. Offer expires 6/30/20. Check us out online anytime at airportkianaples.com.
Airport Kia.
For over 20 years, the Good Feet store has been helping people with foot pain get back to doing what they love without their feet getting in the way. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers.
I'm Ray Sandelli, Lee County Commissioner for District 3. I'm a businessman, a veteran, and a proud family man. I have seen firsthand the impact the County Commission can have on our day-to-day lives and understand how critical it is to have someone with the right values in this office. The impact of the coronavirus is unprecedented. Now more than ever, we need to trust in our conservative principles to guide us back to prosperity. I'm Ray Sandelli, and I have the business experience and values we need to lead our county through difficult times. That's why Governor DeSantis put his trust in me. As a naval officer, aviator, and member of the Blue Angels flight demonstration team, I learned to trust my instincts. Now, my instincts tell me we need to reduce government, minimize regulations, and keep taxes low so we can bring jobs back to Lee County. I'm Ray Sandelli, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid by Ray Sandelli, Republican, for Lee County Commission, District 3.
Attention, Southwest Florida. Are you ready for this? Only Naples Nissan will give you $8,000 over Kelley Blue Book value for your trade-in. Hundreds of new SUV models to choose from, all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Pick out your favorite at naplesnissan.com. Then come see us on Pine Ridge Road to find out the KBB.com current market value for your trade-in. We'll give you $8,000 more so you can drive that brand new Nissan home today. If KBB says it's worth $5,000, Naples Nissan will give you $13,000. If KBB says 10, we'll give you 18. You must act fast, though. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details. Offer on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Chuck E. Cheese, Chuck E. Cheese, when you're hungry for fun, it's Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese, in case you didn't hear, Chuck E. Cheese, the parent company has filed for bankruptcy, everybody. Chuck E. Cheese. It doesn't mean necessarily that they're closing down businesses. No, don't worry about that. But the business is obviously one of many that have been hit hard. But nothing to worry about. I mean, people, I don't know if you know this, Jake the Millennial. I don't know if you realize this about Chuck E. Cheese. But people don't actually work in a Chuck E. Cheese. It's just a giant rat, and he makes pizza all day, and he's probably got some rat buddies that do it as well. So it's not people that are affected by a closure or a bankruptcy of Chuck E. Cheese. If they were to close, it's rats that make pizzas.
It's just the overgrown sewer rat.
That's it. It's a big rat making pizza, and that's all. There's nobody works there. It's no people are affected by that at all. So that's the good news. All right, the president was on with Hannity. A lot of things that they talked about yesterday in Wisconsin. We're going to get to some of that audio coming up. Your calls as well. Streaming live on YouTube. Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. Type it in there and please subscribe. We appreciate it. We'll be right back.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
1 hour air conditioning and heating, always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Please visit us at www.onehourairnaples.com or call 844-1HOUR.
People often ask me, how did you grow my shower?
How you guys doing? All right, Jake, it's us. All right, Jake, it's us. We're on. We're doing the show in between the show as we're kind of, if you want to come in here, you could do the show with. You could stand here with me if you wanted to. You don't even have to sit there. They could see you from this angle as opposed to that angle. Or I could just put you on camera. Hold on. There, wait. All right, there you are. And I'll put this. Hopefully, people can hear your little voice. Hopefully, people can hear your little voice coming through my headphones. If they're loud enough.
They should be able to hear me. You got them cranked?
Yeah, I got them cranked. They should be able to hear you. All right. So let's see some of the comments that are coming in.
What jack do you have it plugged into?
So Patty, what's that?
Or did you kill the audio? Never mind.
No, we got the audio. No, everything is good. All right, let's see. Patty Cummings says, Jake, how about an American flag? How about you dress on Monday as an American flag? That's an option. So we could do that. We're talking about Millennial Mondays where Jake comes in, and you can see on YouTube if you're watching, streaming live, that every Monday Jake is going to come in with a new outfit that you decide. And just to kind of start the week off right, have a little bit of fun. How about that? So we could do that.
I like the American flag idea.
What's that?
So I like the flag idea.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, 844 call MPG. 844 call MPG.
Jeff Strick, good morning, Drew and crew. Good to see you.
For car accidents and other personal injury matters.
Sarah says you should have pants up to your neck.
Whether you're in need of
Pants up to your neck is what you should.
or need advice about, I don't even know how we would do that.
I don't know how you would do that either. How would he sit? How does that work? Lane said Snoopy. You should dress up as Snoopy. All right, Snoopy's not bad. That's pretty good. That's good.
Not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk Dre Sites in Telesano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have family law.
Anthony said I sure do like denim jackets. I wear. They're not jackets. They're shirts. They're denim shirts that go over t-shirts.
That's a jacket.
Is this a jacket? It's a shirt.
It's a jacket.
No, it's got buttons. It buttons up. It's a shirt. So apparently Anthony doesn't like my denim jackets. I think it's a pretty good. I like this look. My wife hates this look, by the way. My wife absolutely hates this look. Just so you know, hates it. But she doesn't see me in the morning. I'm out before she's up. So. And then by the time I get home, I take it off real fast. Did I say that out loud? Okay, never mind.
This Wink News update is
all right, getting some more of your thoughts. Let's see.
This is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Jack said Jake should dress up as Antifa. Oh, he already does. Did you hear that? Come on, that's a funny one. Come here. Let's check this one out. Oh no. Jake should dress up. Hold on. Jake should dress up as Antifa. Oops, he already does. My bad.
I quit, guys.
Oh, don't quit. Oh, no, look. Oh, look. Oh, no. Look what you did, Jack. No.
And you put it on the YouTube?
Yes, it goes up on the tubes. Thank you, Karen. Karen says it looks good. Actually, you know what? I gotta fix some of these graphics. My graphics are all messed up. Oh, not that one. Hold on a second. Yes, you get a little inside baseball. All right, let me just move that up a little bit. All right. Yeah, that works a little better. All right, let me. Oh gosh. All right, working on the camera. All right, we'll be back in a minute. You can watch me just work on the camera. Yep. Don't forget to subscribe if you're here. Tell your friends and have them subscribe to the channel. It's going to be the difference whether or not we do this continuously or not. You need to be here for us, so we appreciate it.
Cape Coral's October is now postponed. Organizers say the health and safety of their members and the community factored heavily in their decision. They plan to be back in 2021. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic slowing in Lehigh Acres north on Richmond Avenue, heading towards Greenbrier. Pretty congested right now. If you want to hop on Joel, that's going to be a faster option. Also delays on Milwaukee, just a touch heading eastbound towards Columbus, and normal slowdowns on 82 west towards Gunnery Road. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another day, another heat advisory across Southwest Florida as temperatures will be topping out in the mid-90s with our heat index as high as 106 to 111. A few spotty showers and storms are going to be popping up by the afternoon and evening, but overall fairly limited. A few more into the weekend, which has beach and pool written all over it. Considering all of our sunshine, temps well into the 90s, please stay cool if you're going to be out and about. Saharan dust also will be with us at the mid-levels of the atmosphere, swirling around all the way into next week with scattered showers and storms set to return. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed. Mornings with Drew Steele.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Want to talk about Stadium Dry Cleaners. My good friends, they are great people there. I've been going to Stadium Dry Cleaners, I'm telling you, for as long as I can remember. And you may know Larry Rose. Now, Larry is an experienced SEC and NFL referee. Well, I know Larry has a fantastic dry cleaner and a great businessman. Look, you're going to love Stadium Dry Cleaners. They have discounts for our first responders and seniors. They have multiple locations near Publix at Daniels Crossing in Fort Myers, the Gateway Trade Center in Fort Myers, and the Elegant Image Dry Cleaners next to Walgreens on Del Prado in Cape Coral. They are Lee County's leading dry cleaner since 1988. With 30 years of experience in Lee County, I'm telling you, I trust my family's dry cleaning to Larry and the team at Stadium Dry Cleaners. So will you visit them? Visit stadiumdrycleaners.com and look for their monthly specials for great savings.
Attention commercial building owners. The Flying Locksmiths of Southwest Florida are now open, specializing in automatic doors, access controls, and CCTV cameras. Visit them online at flyinglocksmiths.com. If it's on the door, we handle it.
I'm Casey Askar. More immigrants come to America than any other nation on earth. But with a deadly virus spreading across the globe and millions of Americans unemployed, our borders have to be secure. That's why President Trump's order suspending immigration is essential. This pandemic proves just how important borders are. I'm Casey Askar, and I approve this message. I'll help the president finish the wall and control the border once and for all.
Paid for by Casey Asker for Congress.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Stay break 92.5 Fox News 239-479-5592. Streaming live on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio Steele with 3 E's. Don't forget to text to us on the Tri-Town Construction talk and text line how you would like Jake to dress every Monday. We're going to call it Millennial Monday because Jake Day is a Friday, and we just kind of brought up the fact that it would be cool if on Monday. How did we even come upon this? Like, it was because I was making fun of the way he dresses, how he always wears a hoodie, and when he knew he was on camera, he bought some new hoodies so that he would look, I don't know, designer hoodie cool, whatever that looks like, and it just would be nice if it was something else. And so I thought that maybe if you had suggestions on how you want him to dress, maybe every Monday we'll start the week with whatever you suggest. And we've had let's see, Dumbledore. We've had somebody from Harry Potter. We've had Chewbacca. We've had the American flag. We've had all kinds of suggestions. Shrek. Listen, we're doing it. Jake's up for whatever. He doesn't care. So all you have to do is just text us your thoughts, and then look, we just need to laugh every Monday. So it'll be weird going to you, and I'll be talking about a topic, and I'll say, Jake, what do you think about the polling that's suggesting that Donald Trump is losing to Joe Biden? And then I click over to you, and it's like you dressed up as like Shrek. People are going to be like, what's wrong with this show? And then we're going to have to explain, but you know what?
Or we don't. We could just go with it and pretend like it's a...
Yeah. No, I say we go with it. It's good. And we're going to go with Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. That's coming up in about 15 more minutes as well. So get ready for that. I did notice this story before we get to the Trump audio from yesterday on with Hannity. Said a couple of funny things. One of those things about John Bolton. What does he think about John Bolton? He said...
all he wants to do is bomb people. You know, he'll fight Russia. Let's fight Russia. Let's fight China. Let's take them on at the same time. He's crazy. When I walked into a room with him, I knew that. When they saw Bolton, they always gave me what I wanted because they said, Trump's going to drop bombs on me. He's got this maniac with him.
He's got this maniac with him. He's going to... All right. So he said some other things as well about Joe Biden and the gaffes and the media. Very important audio, especially now considering that the new narrative from the Washington Post is it's our fault. It's conservative media misinformation that may have intensified the severity of the pandemic. I got some articles from Politico that make that one look almost serious. Like they're just so dumb. Sorry. It's just dumb. Just what it is. So, look, we don't have anything to worry about when it comes to the issue of mail-in ballots. I'm happy that when we're talking about this election, that we are told that Joe Biden right now is ahead of Trump. Fox News poll just came out and is saying how it looks like Joe Biden ahead leading in Texas and Georgia, according to a Fox News poll. Biden leads Trump by 45 to 44% in Texas, 47 to 45 in Georgia. 3 percentage point margin there. Biden leading Trump in Florida by 9 points, North Carolina by 2 points. Of course, these are the same kind of numbers that we remember hearing about one Hillary Clinton, and we probably all remember all of that, right?
I'm really offended personally.
I know she hates when we bring that up. And we were told at this time in the 2016 election it was big. And of course, we're also talking about registered voters, not likely voters. Likely voters, as described by the Washington Post in the past, has been the holy grail. That's where you want the numbers to be. The likely voters, not registered voters. Registered voters doesn't give you a good idea of where we stand. But this is where they're pulling the polls from, the registered voters. Well, we'll see. We'll see. And I will say before I move on that we need to make sure as well that we're not taking any of this for granted. You're not, right? The idea of playing from behind is important. We should have been playing from behind in 2016, and I think for a lot of people they were. The polling numbers, especially when we kept hearing about them and doubting them, but we still kept hearing about how big a landslide it was going to be. We played from behind. We understood what was at stake. You're hearing the numbers now as well, and you're thinking the same thing, right? We're all thinking the same thing. We're playing from behind. Don't take anything for granted. Don't think there may be the silent majority. It may exist. You may be part of the silent majority. There may be a lot of registered voters that are saying that they're going to vote for Biden because, quite frankly, they're worried about somebody standing next to them who might sock them in the chops. Do you know what sock them in the chops means, Jake?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Maybe not that graphic or that detailed, but certainly close to it. So play that way. Play like we're from behind. Play like it's tight. And make sure you continue to talk to friends and family and get them out to vote. But I'm just glad that at least the integrity of the vote is something we don't have to sweat. I'm just glad that at least we don't have to worry about any kind of mail-in voter fraud because there's no evidence of it. There's no evidence that there's ever been anything like mail-in ballot voter fraud any place. You can't find me once it... Oh, look at this. I'm sorry. I take that back. Michigan City clerk charged with altering ballots in the 2018 midterms. Yeah. This goes back to 2019. Just in case you were wondering. On top of all the recent ones that we've had as well. Bring that up just because I just want to make sure people do you even want to know the story? I mean, that was from 2019. 6 felony counts are allegedly altering absentee ballots during the November 2018 election in her capacity as the city clerk in the Detroit suburb of Southfield, Michigan. Registered Democrat stands accused of altering 193 absentee ballots. But that was a long time ago. That was 2018. We're not talking about now. It doesn't happen anymore. Everything is fixed. Everything's fine. Not sure we needed to necessarily bring that up, but we did. Yeah. All right, some of the things that the President of the United States said yesterday sitting down with Hannity. What did he say? He was talking about police reform and what is going on, a discussion there.
Nobody thought it was possible to get it done. I got it done. They couldn't get it done. And then they'll say such horrible things. I mean, on the campaign, they'll say such horrible things about me. It's a very unfair business.
It is an unfair business. And, police reform, the president wants to get it done. He talks about getting it done. What have the Democrats done? The Democrats say fun things, like there's nothing to see here. The Republicans really are all about death, and they're all about when it comes to getting the thing is across the finish line. It's about getting away with murder for the GOP. They really don't want to get police reform across the finish line.
Have some suggestions that are worthy of consideration. But so far, they were trying to get away with murder, actually. The murder of George Floyd.
Yeah, the murder of George Floyd. That's what they're trying to get away with. That was Nancy Pelosi. But they say things like that. They see things like Jerry Nadler said yesterday on the floor of the House, talking about Antifa, who is very real Antifa, who has destroyed property, vandalized, is planning a lot worse, has done very horrific things on the streets of America. Antifa's very, very real. Into Jerry Nadler, Democrat.
Dealing with imaginary things like Antifa.
Yeah, it's imaginary. You don't think that's dangerous? You don't think that kind of talk is dangerous? Of course it is. For him to say that, if he believes it, it's frightening. If he doesn't, and he's only saying it because he wants to acquiesce to them, because he believes if you're nice to them, then they will play nice with you, it's dangerous. It's dangerous because they don't care about you. Where was that? There was a story in Breitbart about, what was it? I'm trying to remember what it was, but it basically had to do with the fact that there are individuals in Hollywood, there are individuals in politics, the Democrats, who really believe, they honestly believe that if they side with Antifa, if they side with Black Lives Matter, if they side with anyone that disagrees with this president, and even if their views they're a little worried about, if they side with them, they're going to get their vote, and then they'll be able to kind of handle them after the fact. It's not going to be as bad as they're suggesting. They don't want to tear down society. Yes, they do. They've said it. They don't want to bring in Marxist ideology. Of course they do. And you're part of it. But anyway, I digress. All right, so what else did the president say? The president talked about judicial appointments.
We will have, I think, before I'm finished this term, we'll have close to 300 judges.
Yeah, that's true. And he also talked about coronavirus and testing.
Other countries do very few tests. So it shows they have very few cases. And sometimes I jokingly say, or sarcastically say, if we didn't do tests, we'd look great. But you know what? It's not the right thing to do.
Yeah. Lots of tests. The tests keep coming. We were told, test. Nancy Pelosi, testing. We got the most testing. What are you doing? But there was something else that happened yesterday. And this plays into whether it's locally, whether it's statewide, nationally. It's about these sound bites, headlines, little bits and pieces of information that you kind of have to wait for things to breathe in order to realize and find out what exactly is going on. What am I talking about? It's something I brought up earlier, that we live right now in a soundbite society. We've got Jake the millennial who doesn't know what it's like. Jake doesn't know what it's like to not have a phone at his fingertips. Where is it, Jake? Where's your phone? He just picked it up. If you're watching on YouTube, streaming live at Drew Steele Radio, there it is. It's never an arm's distance away from Jake. And he doesn't know what it's like, a world that doesn't have social media at his fingertips. Is that right, Jake?
For the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. That's what he said. And what does that mean? That means that when you get headlines to your inbox or to your social media account or to your feed, that's all you need. It's that instantaneous feed from somebody, a source that you trust because you believe in their ideology. And that's being the media is the ideology of the left, because that's all it is. Right? And so I saw this headline, the Daily Beast, Trump seems resigned, Biden will win. Quote, he's going to be your president. What? Did the president? So the president said that Joe Biden is going to be your president. Did he say that yesterday? Hold on a second. I don't believe that's true. Maybe it is.
The man can't speak, and he's going to be your president.
Whoa. He can't speak, and he's going to be your president. Okay. Now you put it into context. Do you really think that the president, when he says Joe Biden's going to be your president, in that little short clip, in taking that and putting that out on the Daily Beast, a left-leaning website, do you honestly think that that's what the president's right now walking around going, well, I guess Joe Biden's going to be the president. You see the polls. Look at, I don't even know what I'm doing here anymore. This is ridiculous. Do you really think that of course he's not. So now you have to put it into context. What did the president say? You go to Arizona, you go to Sean Hannity's program yesterday, and he was asking the president's.
We're Americans. I think we can do anything. I'm that optimistic. We could stop the violence, right? We
could stop it quickly. And
he's talking about the violence around the country, the protests, the violence that is happening, tearing down of statues, the violence that we see on the streets. We could stop this.
At some point in the not too distant future, I'm going to do it. And if they don't do something with Seattle, we're going to do that. We're going to go in there because what's happening, they're taking over American cities. By the way, in all cases, it's Democrats. They're Democrat run in all cases. And Joe Biden would have that be the whole country. It's so crazy what's happening. Here's a guy who doesn't talk. Nobody hears him. Whenever he does talk, he can't put two sentences together. I don't want to be nice or unnice, okay? But, I mean, the man can't speak. And he's going to be your president because some people don't love me, maybe. And, you know, all I'm doing is doing my job. Don't forget.
Okay, let's talk. And he's going to be your president, maybe, because some people don't like me. Don't worry about that part. Don't put everything in context. And then afterwards, the president talks about all the accomplishments of the administration that are many before the pandemic. I'm bringing this up because this is the kind of dishonesty that you all need to know and you recognize, and I know you do. And if sometimes you're thinking, well, Drew, you're preaching to the choir. We all know this. Why are you even telling us this? Because it needs to be reinforced. Because there are people and there are forces that will tell you that you don't see what you see, you don't hear what you hear. That they'll define it, they'll take it out of context, they'll continue to do this because that's all they have. They don't want to tell you that Democrats are the party that believes in the lawlessness that's taking place right now, that they will side with Antifa, that they will side with Black Lives Matter, who wants to see Marxism, trained Marxists, who wants to see that reality come to fruition in this country, that it is the Bernie Sanders supporters that are the ones that are on the streets, that are the ones that are helping to tear down these statues, that are destroying and vandalizing. They said they would do it. They said they would do it. And they're going to want Joe Biden to be the president, not because he's going to show any real leadership, it's because he's not. Because he's not even going to know where he is. And that's what they're banking on so that they can move their policies. I play that for you and show you the Daily Beast because I want to reinforce what you already know so that when you start to get a little weak and say, oh, man, but the president did say, no. Don't do it. That's all. All right, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Joke? Oh, my gosh. Jake is no joke. Not a joke.
Not a joke.
Jake, pick a number between 4 and 6.
5.
Fifth caller right now at 239-479-5592. Fifth caller, you'll play Drew's College next. Let's have a little bit of fun on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic slowing in Lehigh Acres north on Richmond Avenue, heading towards Greenbrier. Pretty congested right now. If you want to hop on Joel, that's going to be a faster option. Also delays on Milwaukee, just a touch heading eastbound towards Columbus, and normal slowdowns on 82 west towards Gunnery Road. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Heat advisory in effect across Southwest Florida. We're going to be at 96 degrees today, tomorrow, 95 on Sunday, with a lower than normal amount of storms, but still a few spotty storms possible during the afternoons and evenings. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
There's the left sway, and And then there's the right way.
92.5 Fox News.
The conservative, smart, right voice of Southwest Florida.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. My friends at Zero Res Carpet and Tile Cleaning want to let you know, look, your safety and your family's safety is their top priority. In the light of the current health and safety concerns, Zero Res wants to let you know about some of the procedures and preventative measures for added protection. Practicing safe social distancing while in your home. You can even leave or stay in another room and they can communicate with you by phone. How cool is that? Cleaning and disinfecting all equipment with EPA-registered disinfectants between each job. The techs are wearing gloves and booties. They're supplementing the supply of products that are EPA approved to clean and disinfect hard surfaces, and as an added preventive measure, and no additional fee, they're going to treat doorknobs with the EPA approved hospital grade disinfecting products. Look, the top priority is to create peace of mind by providing people with healthy, safe, clean home and work environments, and they're going to continue to do just that through this difficult time. Give them a call at 239-932-9376. That's 239-932-9376, or online at ZeroResSWFL.com. Spell it backwards or forwards, it still spells the same. ZEROREZ.
For over 20 years, the Good Feet store has been helping people with foot pain get back to doing what they love without their feet getting in the way. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers.
Attention, Southwest Florida. Are you ready for this? Only Naples Nissan will give you $8,000 over Kelley Blue Book value for your trade-in. Hundreds of new SUV models to choose from, all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Pick out your favorite at naplesnissan.com. Then come see us on Pine Ridge Road to find out the KBB.com current market value for your trade-in. We'll give you $8,000 more so you can drive that brand new Nissan home today. If KBB says it's worth $5,000, Naples Nissan will give you $13,000. If KBB says 10, we'll give you 18. You must act fast, though. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details. Offer on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Tee off and swing into summer at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Come out and enjoy our excellent playing surfaces, beautiful natural surroundings, GPS golf carts, and low summer rates. Play 18 holes every day for just $35 before noon, $30 after noon, and $25 after 2 p.m. all summer long. You can book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Your local 1 Hour air conditioning and heating team is open and ready to serve you. AC isn't a luxury, but rather is essential to your life. Give our team a call at 844-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, we got Larry in San Carlos Park. How do I know? Because here's Larry. Hey, Larry.
Hey, good morning, Drew.
Oh, good morning, sir. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We will see if you earn a PhD, and your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Hey, Larry, can you name our 2 senators here in the state of Florida? 2 senators. Who are they?
Marco Rubio, and I'm drawing a blank, unfortunately. I shouldn't be, but I am. I don't know.
Marco Rubio and Rick Scott. Rick Scott. Remember Rick Scott? He beat Bill Nelson. He's an astronaut.
He did.
All right. So there you go. So we'll see you get an associate's degree on this question. The 2 parts of Congress. When we say, hey, Congress, it's 2 parts. What are the 2 parts of Congress?
House and Senate.
That's correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Do you know who the oldest elected president was ever? Who was the oldest elected president? Do you want a multiple choice?
Was Reagan, wasn't it?
No, it's actually Donald Trump. Donald Trump was
Really?
actually the oldest elected president. How about that?
I'm terrible this morning.
No, you're not terrible. I should have. It's my fault. I should have given you multiple choice. Jake is screaming at me, saying multiple choice. He's yelling at me. Well, he was. Okay. All right, so let's do a bachelor's on this one. Listen carefully. In 1974, Gerald Ford was sworn in as president following the resignation of this president. Who resigned?
Nixon.
That is correct. All right, well, there you go. See, that was a big comeback. Jake didn't know that. Jake had no idea. Not at all. Look, he looks clueless. If you can see him on YouTube. See? All right, well, you got yourself a bachelor's degree today on Drew's College. You got yourself the diploma, and you get to talk to Jake. He'll tell you about prizes in the world of Rona. Stay there, okay, Larry?
Thank you very much.
All right, I appreciate you listening. Thanks so much. I appreciate you watching on YouTube. Streaming live, Drew Steele Radio. You just go right there, and you just type in Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's, and please subscribe while you're there. We do appreciate that. All right, more from you coming up. Also, we'll talk a little bit about the spike in COVID cases and some of the numbers. We'll get to that coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
Trade in and trade up. Over $500,000 in trade-in assistance up for grabs at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease, 0 down, $159 per month. 2020 Kia Sorrento LX lease, 0 down, $259 per month. Plus, at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers, you can drive interest-free up to 72 months and worry-free for 100,000 miles. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. If you've got $500 down and you make at least $500 per week, our lenders can get you approved. At Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
36-month lease is 10,000 miles per year, 0 to its signing plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee. 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month per thousand borrowed for 72 months at 0 APR with 0 down, lender approval.
So who is this Heather Fitzenhagen?
Oh, she's Planned Parenthood's favorite politician.
What?
Yep, Heather Fitzenhagen supports young girls getting an abortion without their parents knowing, and she voted for late-term abortions.
You're kidding me.
Nope. And it gets worse. She also supports the killing of unborn babies based on their gender.
That's horrible. No wonder Planned Parenthood loves her.
She also fought against President Trump on immigration.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And she voted to give driver's licenses to illegal immigrants and to give them in-state tuition at our universities.
I did hear that. Didn't she also refuse to vote on banning sanctuary cities?
She sure did. Heather Fitzenhagen turned her back on President Trump and refused to vote to ban sanctuary cities in Florida.
And now she's running for the Florida Senate?
Yeah. Planned Parenthood's favorite politician, Heather Fitzenhagen, wants to be our senator.
We certainly don't need a Democrat representing us in the Senate.
Well, she claims to be a Republican, but whatever she thinks she is, we don't need Heather Fitzenhagen in Florida Senate.
Paid by Ray Rodriguez, Republican for Florida Senate.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by CFS Roofing. Online at cfsroofing.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Right now, it is not mandatory to wear masks on Fort Myers Beach, but Mayor Ray Murphy says if the push continues and new cases stay at high levels, he may put that on the agenda for the next meeting. Council does not meet in July. The next regularly scheduled meeting's not until August, but the mayor says a meeting could be called sooner if the situation warrants. Today, Lee County businesses have a final opportunity to apply for help through the Lee Cares Business Relaunch Grant Program. Businesses are eligible for a $5,000 relaunch grant to help after the Safer at Home order was issued this spring. Tomorrow, family and friends will hold a funeral for fallen FWC officer Julian Keene. The service will be at 11 a.m. at Bethel Ministries International. A burial will follow the service at Lake Trafford Cemetery in Immokalee. FEMA is providing our state with nearly $34 million to help deal with costs all associated to the coronavirus. The funds are expected to boost testing and increase supplies of protective medical equipment. FGCU is going to start a phased return for a small group of employees on Monday. All others will continue working from home. For those staff members who are returning, any who have traveled outside of Southwest Florida since May 30th must contact Human Resources on campus and limit travel. The school is also developing a COVID-19 screening app for students and staff. Cape Coral's Oktoberfest is now postponed. Organizers say the health and safety of their members and the community factored heavily in their decision. They plan to be back in 2021. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic slowing in Lehigh Acres north on Richmond Avenue, heading towards Greenbrier. Pretty congested right now. If you want to hop on Joel, that's going to be a faster option. Also delays on Milwaukee, just a touch heading eastbound towards Columbus, and normal slowdowns on 82 west towards Gunnery Road. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another day, another heat advisory across Southwest Florida as temperatures will be topping out in the mid-90s with our heat index as high as 106 to 111. A few spotty showers and storms are going to be popping up by the afternoon and evening, but overall fairly limited. A few more into the weekend, which has beach and pool written all over it. Considering all of our sunshine, temps well into the 90s, please stay cool if you're going to be out and about. Saharan dust also will be with us at the mid-levels of the atmosphere, swirling around all the way into next week with scattered showers and storms set to return. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
I have the greatest economy in the history of this country.
The 2020 election plays out here.
And nobody talks about it.
92.5 Fox News.
True relief for back and neck pain. Sitting at home with back or neck pain, lying in a recliner suffering with leg pain or weakness, out of shape from sciatica, stenosis, or neuropathy? Get relief and get your life back. Non-surgical spinal decompression. This is Dr. Johnson, DC at 596 Back. Spinal decompression is an ingenious, innovative treatment that has shattered doctors' traditional ways of treating back or neck problems. Doctors have been left scratching their heads. Finally, avoid needles, epidurals, and drugs. This treatment is also super comfortable. Patients of any age can be treated and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. It uses a relaxing, computerized table to gently remove pressure on spinal nerves and discs, relieving pain, numbness, or weakness. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation to find out how spinal decompression can help you. Johnston Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-2225. That's 596-2225.
I'm Dr. William Fingelstaller. I'm running for Congress because America is at its greatest crossroads yet. The Democrat Party has transformed into a criminal enterprise that is destroying our country from within, trampling the Constitution, defunding our first responders, and wreaking havoc on our churches and businesses. I'm Dr. William Fingelstaller, and I approve this message because now is not the time to be sending weak leaders to Washington. In Congress, I will fight the radical left with everything I've got. You can count on it.
Paid for by William Fingelstaller for Congress.
When you are moving your home or office, choosing the right company makes all the difference. Rice's Moving and Transport has operated for 21 years out of Naples. They offer full packing and moving services for commercial and residential, as well as full designer services. To help our locals, Rice's Moving is extending their special pricing on all local moves for the summer. To protect our community, they are working within all the CDC guidelines. Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, moving you into the future.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. Streaming live on the YouTubes at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. We would love for you to join in the conversation. And on YouTube, also, don't forget to subscribe. A lot of people have been commenting on YouTube, and we appreciate that. People are still talking about how Jake should dress on Mondays. We decided that Jake was the first one when I told him about, give him a subtle hint. We're going to be on camera, with YouTube and everything, and you may want to, I don't know, step it up a little bit. And so he did. He bought a bunch of new hoodies, and not exactly what I meant when I was hinting. So I said it would be fun if maybe you texted 239-479-5592 every Friday on a Jake Day, which is today. And then by Monday, we'll have Jake, we'll pick one, and Jake will come in dressed as whatever you say. And Jake's all about it. Just ask him, right? You said, Jake, it doesn't make a difference. You're on board. Whatever they say, whatever I pick out of what they text, you will dress up on a Monday just to kind of shake out all the and just kind of have a little bit of fun on a Monday. That's right?
I'm down.
That means yes. So there you go. So that will be fun. We changed the name of Jake. Of Fridays to Jake Day, right? Jake the Millennial, Jake Days. What else are we going to hear about name changes? We know that the Dixie Chicks are now the Chicks. I didn't know that there was no other band named the Chicks. Still strikes me as unusual. We haven't had a chance to find out that in the history of music as we know it, that there has never been a band called the Chicks, and that a band like the Dixie Chicks could just come along and say, oh, Dixie's bad. We're just going to change it, and we're going to make it the Chicks now, not even thinking that there's a group in Provo going, what? Wait a minute. But it doesn't matter. They're just doing it, and I don't even know if they checked. What else are we going to change names? Dixie Roadhouse in Cape Coral, are they going to change? Because there's going to be a lot of people questioning whether or not that word Dixie should be in there. How about Winn-Dixie? Winn-Dixie Supermarkets is considering changing their 95-year-old name after George Floyd's death. That's what we're told on TMZ. Sources at Winn-Dixie tell TMZ, billed as a Southern heritage brand serving Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, and Mississippi, is considering changing its names because just like the Chicks, it deems the term Dixie is problematic due to ties to the Old South and its way of thinking. So there won't be any questions on that. It's just whatever everybody says goes. That's all it is. It's all about whatever a certain amount of people say that they're offended by. That's the direction that we're going. Is that are you comfortable with that as a country? Does that make you feel good? If we're going to have Democrats in charge, we know that that's the direction that we're going to go because Democrats acquiesce to mobs and crowds, mostly because they agree with them. And Democrats will be crazy this election cycle. How crazy? I'm talking politicians and strategists that want Joe Biden so bad that they're willing to have anybody as vice president, and they'll still vote for Joe Biden. How do I know that? Here's James Carville. Did you hear this? James Carville.
He's going to pick someone he's comfortable with. He's not the kind of person that he's not a very gimmicky kind of person. And I don't think people are looking for a gimmicky president. And I've said before in a kind of exaggerated way, I don't care. Pick Sarah Palin. I'll be for her too. I just want to win this thing.
I just want to win this thing. James Carville, Democrat strategist. He doesn't care. He just wants to win, baby. You put Sarah Palin in there, and I don't care. I just want to win. It's getting crazy. Be funny if Joe Biden, there's a possibility that Joe Biden could pick Sarah Palin because he's probably forgot who she is and would just say the name. If somebody said, Joe, just say Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin is your vice presidential choice. Is my vice presidential choice? I like cookies. I like cookies. I could see that happening.
Not a joke.
So we have that out there. What Democrats are willing to do, how far they're willing to go, the things that they're willing to say. Andrew Cuomo is the governor of the great state of New York, the great state that unfortunately has a governor who had no problem sending COVID-positive patients back to nursing homes, thereby causing a whole lot of death. never be held accountable for that. No. We'll just kind of change around history. You know, the kind of way the left does in this country. How they just want to kind of, erase history, even if it's recent history. No. You did not. Hold on a second. I wish I could do this. You're not looking. You didn't see or hear what I just said. Okay. All right. So what is Andrew Cuomo saying? Because, it's a big question people are asking. I live in Florida. I want to go see my family. I would love to go see my sister and my brother-in-law and my nieces and nephews and go see my parents in New York. I want to go visit. I'm going to have to wait 14 days because we've got an uptick in cases here. And when asked about that, Andrew Cuomo says,
I say to them all, look at the numbers. You played politics with this virus and you lost.
Talking about the governors of states like Florida. What did he say?
You played politics with this virus and you lost.
Doesn't sound like he's playing politics with this now. You played politics? Really? That's the smug attitude of Andrew Cuomo.
You told the people of your state and you told the people of this country, White House, don't worry about it. Just open up, go about your business. This is all democratic hyperbole. Oh, really?
Oh, really? Okay. Of course, nobody will say anything about Andrew Cuomo and what I just mentioned because it's all about Republicans. It's all about the president. It's all about going about your business and making believe like nothing is here, nothing exists. This virus is gone completely. That's not what anybody did. It's not what the president did. It's not what we did. It's not what we suggested. It's not to this day what we suggest. Nobody is saying anything like that. We take the virus seriously. But we also want to know all the information, all the data specifically. We don't want to just go by emotion. We don't want to say and hear that every major media outlet is saying that there's an uptick in cases, there's a huge uptick, a spike in cases, and not also realize the fact that there is not a huge, overwhelming majority of those cases going to hospitals and overflowing the hospitals to the point where they are running out of capacity and they are desperate for help. The ICU beds are filling up and so are the ventilators, and we don't know what to do. It's not the case either. It's quite the opposite by a lot of the data. We know some of the data that the Wall Street Journal talked about. Per capita COVID fatalities were 75% lower, for example, in open states than the lockdown states. So if you're suggesting that we need to run back inside and lock down, the data would suggest that that may not be the best idea. A new analysis by the Sentinel, a Kansas nonprofit, compares the 42 states that shut down most of their economies with the 8 that did not. The latter group includes mostly rural states with some small metropolitan areas, North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Wyoming, and Utah. Private employment on average fell by 7.8% between May 2019 and May 2020 in these states, while plunging 13% in others. Rural state economies generally rely more on essential services like agriculture and food production, and some industries like energy and hospitality would have shed jobs regardless of the lockdowns. Still, private job losses were higher in states that locked down, like Colorado, 9.5%, compared to economically similar ones that didn't, like Utah, 4.6%. Yet per capita COVID fatalities in states that stayed open were on average about 75% lower than those that locked down. One reason is that deaths in most states, regardless of whether they locked down, have been concentrated in nursing home facilities and minority communities that have higher rates of underlying health conditions and multi-generational housing. Can I say that again? That have been concentrated in nursing home facilities and minority communities that have higher rates of underlying health conditions and multi-generational housing. Can you look at those answers right there? And that data that we have, that data, statistics, data that we have, data, the data that the left loves to have in this country, data. And apply that to this state, to Southwest Florida? Can we find out more about that specifically? Or are we not allowed to ask? We just have to have a blanket statement that all it is, everybody, is just what we tell you. Cases are surging and that's it, period. There's nothing else to talk about. No, there is. There's a lot more to talk about. And on the heels of new research exploring how conservative media misinformation may have intensified the severity of the pandemic, that is the joke headline from the Washington Post that's out now that's trending on Twitter. Because, you have to blame somebody. And the uptick, you have to blame on DeSantis, you have to blame on Trump, you have to blame on conservatives. And it says it right there in the headline. 3 studies paint a picture of a media ecosystem that entertains conspiracy theories and discourages audiences from taking steps to protect themselves and others. Really? Well, that's funny because I'm looking at an article right here in Politico. You ready for this one? New York City reports no protest-related upticks in COVID-19. Can I say that again? Politico has a story that says New York City is reporting no protest-related upticks in COVID-19. Really? Not a one. Not a single one. Would you look at that? Sure, if you say so. But it's really conservative media that's doing it. We're the ones. That's a joke, right? Unlike New York's first COVID-19 wave, residents have been staying indoors for months and generally wearing masks and practicing better hand hygiene and social distancing when going outside, methods touted by the city health department on how to safely protest. The protests have also been held outdoors, which limited the risk, doctors said. Some added that the police response might be a greater risk for spreading the virus than the protests themselves. Can I say that part again? It's the police response. They're the ones that are doing it. Yet it's the conservative media. We're the problem. Again, do you want the truth? If the truth and the data and the research suggests that things are getting really bad and this COVID-19 pickup that we're constantly being told about here in Southwest Florida and in the state, if it's really bad and the data and the real hard evidence is showing that hospitals are starting to get overwhelmed, that the ICU beds are starting to fill up, that things are really looking bad, if the evidence and the data and the stats would show that, don't you think that we would have a responsibility to tell you that? I would just like... I can't snap my... Jake, are you a good finger snapper? Go. Okay. Just like... Okay, that's enough. I got you. Just like that, I would tell you. I wouldn't hold it back because of what you think is a perceived political ideology or conspiracy theory. If the evidence suggested that things are getting really bad in hospitals and we need to re-examine and start thinking seriously about something that we need to do, by all means, of course I'm going to tell you that. But they say we wouldn't, because they're always right. And they never lie. And stuff. 239-479-5590. I'm sorry, it's just frustrating. And instead, we got a Joe Biden that we have to look forward to. A Joe Biden that thinks 120 million people have died because of COVID. I'm not kidding.
People don't have a job. People don't have anywhere to go. They don't know what they're going to do. And a lot of people you have unnecessarily. Now we have over 120 million dead from COVID.
Bowl of doggy do.
Not doing it. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Hey, right all along. There's traffic. She's always right. It's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is slowing on Bass Road at a creep and crawl heading southbound towards Summerlin. You can hop on Winkler Road if you want a faster option. Also delays in Cape Coral southbound on Santa Barbara towards Cape Coral Parkway. Nothing major, but a tap on your brakes, and still seeing that crash as well at Cranford and MLK Boulevard. Slowing traffic westbound on MLK heading west of Cranford. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Heat advisory in effect across Southwest Florida. We're going to be at 96 degrees today, tomorrow, 95 on Sunday, with a lower than normal amount of storms, but still a few spotty storms possible during the afternoons and evenings. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Tougher than than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel.
Drew Steele, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
Businesses are starting to bounce back. But what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt, deliver, and succeed in new ways with new customers? At Comcast Business, we're committed to helping you not just bounce back, but bounce forward with one of our best offers ever. Get a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution for only $29.95 a month for 3 months with a 2-year agreement. It'll help you stay ahead with a network you can count on, stay connected with 24/7 support, and thrive with flexible solutions that work wherever you are. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to find out more. Plus, ask about other offers to get a prepaid card worth up to $500. Comcast Business. Offer ends 7/5/2020. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 100 megabits internet and one voice mobility line customers. Early termination fee applies. After 3 months, enrollment in EcoBill and auto pay required. Equipment installation taxes and fees extra, subject to change.
Looking for a frameless shower door? My Shower Door has just opened their 8th Florida showroom, and it's conveniently located in Cape Coral. With more than 75,000 frameless shower doors installed, no one has more experience and 5-star reviews than My Shower Door. We've been named #1 by readers of the News Press and Naples News for 17 consecutive years and have just been named as Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. Want to see more? Go to myShowerDoor.com.
If you're far from water, you might think a flood can't happen to you. But the truth is, there are hidden risks that can leave your property vulnerable, like runoff from new development, changing weather patterns, and even wildfires. But if you have flood insurance, you have peace of mind, knowing that you can recover faster. Protect the life you've built. Visit floodsmart.gov/storm to learn more. Brought to you by FEMA and its National Flood Insurance Program.
23,000. That's how many life-giving breaths you take every day. But along with oxygen, you can breathe in pollen, pollution, and much worse. Your nose is your body's air filter, and it traps germs that can make you sick and allergens that can make you miserable. You wouldn't go a day without washing your hands or brushing your teeth, but how do you keep your nose clean? Nasal irrigation flushes out allergens, mucus, and germs, and it's clinically proven to relieve congestion naturally without drugs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage is the easy-to-use alternative to Neti Pot's pills and sprays. Here's my promise to you. Try Navage. If it doesn't relieve congestion and help you breathe better, sleep deeper, and feel healthier, just return it for a full, no-questions-asked refund. Online at Navage.com or at Walgreens, Bed Bath & Beyond, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Make good nasal hygiene your new normal with Navage, Navage.
Home is truly where the heart is. CFS Roofing Services understands that. When I saw what CFS did for my neighbor's roof, I called them. Everyone was professional, and owner David Crowther has nearly 4 decades of experience. It's obvious they care.
CFS Roofing Services, where your home matters most. Visit cfsroofing.com or call 239-561-2600. I'm David Crowther, and I approve this message.
For over 20 years, the Good Feet store has been helping people with foot pain get back to doing what they love without their feet getting in the way. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers.
Attention commercial building owners. The Flying Locksmiths of Southwest Florida are now open, specializing in automatic doors, access controls, and CCTV cameras. Visit them online at flyinglocksmiths.com. If it's on the door, we handle it.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Dave Wright, 92.5 Fox News. The U.S. Treasury Department sent more than 1 million stimulus checks to dead taxpayers. Dead taxpayers. $1.4 billion to the to the dead people. Let's talk about mail-in ballots, everybody. Let's do that. Who's up for a conversation? Let's have the debate about how well the government works.
I am not the expert.
Yeah.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and we've got my friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples, on the phone. And Dave, I got to tell you, the selection of floor coverings of Floor Meisters, unbelievable, fantastic. I've seen it myself, and the choices are there. But what we really want to talk about today is this Dreamweaver line of carpets. Talk about it.
I'll tell you what, Drew, this is the hottest thing since 5 buckle overshoes. We're just selling the heck out of it. Comes in 9 different patterns, 12 colors to a pattern. It has 8 warranties, and it even includes steps. The stain warranty will take care of wine, mud, and even pet accidents. So this is perfect for Jake.
Yeah, perfect for Jake, and perfect for me, and perfect for you, too. If you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, really owe it to yourself to visit their store, see their selection of Dreamweaver carpets. It's there at 6281 Naples Boulevard, next to Costco. And whether it's carpet, tile, laminate, or hardwood flooring, they have it all. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
I'm Mike Gillimbardo. I'm running to represent you in Florida's House of Representatives. I grew up right here in Cape Coral. It's where I went to school, learned to play football, and it's the place I called home while fighting in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Now, it's where I'm raising my family and operating my businesses. President Trump and our freedoms are under attack, and we need strong conservatives in Tallahassee. I fought for you on the battlefield. Now I'm ready to fight for you in Florida's capital. My faith in God and belief in individual liberties have always been a guiding force in my life. Whether on the battlefields of Iraq or fighting for our conservative values at home, I'm passionate about protecting our way of life. My name is Mike Gillimbardo. I'm a husband, father, combat veteran, and business owner. I'm running for the Florida House to fight for our Constitution, to defend our borders, and to stand with President Donald Trump to rebuild the greatest economy in the history of our nation. I'm Mike Gillimbardo, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid by Mike Gillimbardo, Republican, for the Florida House.
You probably know Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
This Wink News Update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Right now, it is not mandatory to wear masks on Fort Myers Beach, but Mayor Ray Murphy says if the push continues and new cases stay at high levels, he may put that on the agenda for the next meeting. Council does not meet in July. The next regularly scheduled meeting's not until August, but the mayor says a meeting could be called sooner if the situation warrants. Today, Lee County businesses have a final opportunity to apply for help through the Lee Cares Business Relaunch Grant Program. Businesses are eligible for a $5,000 relaunch grant to help after the Safer at Home order was issued this spring. Tomorrow, family and friends will hold a funeral for fallen FWC officer Julian Keene. The service will be at 11 a.m. at Bethel Ministries International. A burial will follow the service at Lake Trafford Cemetery in Immokalee. FEMA is providing our state with nearly $34 million to help deal with costs all associated to the coronavirus. The funds are expected to boost testing and increase supplies of protective medical equipment. FGCU is going to start a phased return for a small group of employees on Monday. All others will continue working from home. For those staff members who are returning, any who have traveled outside of Southwest Florida since May 30th must contact Human Resources on campus and limit travel. The school is also developing a COVID-19 screening app for students and staff. Cape Coral's Oktoberfest is now postponed. Organizers say the health and safety of their members and the community factored heavily in their decision. They plan to be back in 2021. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News Traffic.
Taking a look at my traffic cams on I-75, we are good to go, guys. Your Friday morning pretty smooth right now, heading to and from Lee and Collier. There's a crash in Fort Myers at Cranford and MLK with slowdowns west. on MLK. If you are in Fort Myers as well, traffic's still congested on Bass Road heading south towards Summerlin. We are up to speed on Winkler Road. Daniels Parkway, not too bad, just a little delay heading east towards I-75. That's your to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another day, another heat advisory across Southwest Florida as temperatures will be topping out in the mid-90s with our heat index as high as 106 to 111. A few spotty showers and storms are going to be popping up by the afternoon and evening, but overall fairly limited. A few more into the weekend, which has beach and pool written all over it. Considering all of our sunshine, temps well into the 90s, please stay cool if you're going to be out and about. Saharan dust also will be with us at the mid-levels of the atmosphere, swirling around all the way into next week with scattered showers and storms set to return. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. Do you feel like you're the forgotten person in this great country, working hard all your life and contributing to this country's greatness, but taken for granted by our politicians' quest for voters? Using their slogan, more taxes will set you free. At Stevie's, you are not forgotten. We love our customers and never want them to feel forgotten. We deliver the value you deserve with our food, service, and pricing. Making our customers feel special is our happiness. As the owner of Stevie Tomatoes, we cater to the forgotten person. Those of you who go about every day doing what it takes for them and their family while contributing to this country's greatness, its culture and values. I personally invite you to allow us to be a small part of what makes you feel special, and we promise to obtain your complete satisfaction. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
We are Moran Wealth Management. Passionate about learning what's important to you and your family. Personable, with 24 professionals dedicated to attentive, customized service and focused on client relationships. Performance-driven. As part of Barron's top 1,200 advisors, Tom Moran, founder, CEO, and senior PIM portfolio manager, is Florida's highest-ranked advisor for 2019. Call 239-920-4440 today or visit MoranWealthManagement.com. Moran Wealth Management. Passionate, personable, performance-driven. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Great news, Southwest Florida. Below invoice employee pricing is back at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Lowest prices ever on over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Loaded, luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited lease, $289 per month. That's right, Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited, $289 per month. 7-passenger Dodge Journey SUV, just $19,990. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 3 months or interest-free for 6 years and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. And our parts service and body shop are open to serve you. Below invoice employee pricing at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 42-month lease, 10,000 miles per year, $19.99 due at signing plus tax, tag title, dealer and acquisition fee, 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month per thousand borrowed for 72 months at 0 APR with 0 down with lender approval. Offers don't combine.
I'm Dean Eagle, and I've had enough. Our freedoms and values are under attack, not from an outside enemy, but from within. Antifa terrorists and the radical left have declared war on our country. They are killing our police, looting our businesses, assaulting the elderly, and burning our churches. To make matters worse, the Democrats are doing nothing. In fact, they're doing just the opposite. Biden and Hollywood elites are bailing the terrorists out of jail. AOC and the squad are helping organize the riots, and Nancy Pelosi is cheering them on. I'm Dane Eagle, and I'm running for Congress because we cannot let the radical left continue to destroy our country. I stand with our police, and I stand for justice. We need law and order. We need to arrest all Antifa terrorists, investigate those who are funding them, and vote out all of their sympathizers. If we do not do that, Everything that we love about America is at risk. Our freedoms, our jobs, and our safety are at stake. I'm Dane Eagle, and I approve this message. Paid for by Dane Eagle for Congress.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592 is the Tri-Town Construction talk and text line. Streaming live on the YouTubes. Is that what the kids call it? Jake, the kids call it the YouTubes? No, they don't. They call it did they call it like the tubes?
The tube?
Would be really weird. We call it the tubes. All right, streaming live on YouTube, Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel while you're there, and we thank you very much for watching. All right, the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5. It's just cartoon characters from a film that's been in the Disney vault for 40 years, Laura. Now suddenly, I guess the cartoon characters are racist. Zippity Doo Dah won the Academy Award. It ends the show. Won the Academy Award for Best Song. That, too, is to be stricken. The truth is, if we follow this mad logic of the day, this statue will have to go next. Walt Disney personally produced the film that Splash Mountain is based on.
Oh, what do you think about that, everybody? Splash Mountain. I guess they're going to reimagine it now. They're so excited, Disney is, to reimagine it as Princess and the Frog now. It's a reimagine. It's something that they've wanted to do. Is that the case, or is it because people were saying that Song of the South, the movie that Raymond Arroyo on last night's Laura Ingraham show on Fox News was talking about, won an Academy Award, Song of the South, 1946. And of course, that was created by Walt Disney. So does that mean that Walt Disney now, that statue in the middle, when you walk onto Main Street in Disney World, that's going to have to be torn down, like the way that we tear down all statues? It's not removed. I guess angry mobs of Disney-eared kids will grab cotton candy on Main Street, and well, I don't know how that would work, but I guess what he's saying is that next.
Number 4.
Dealing with imaginary things like Antifa.
Hey, can I play that again? That's Jerry Nadler there on the floor of the House yesterday when the Democrat-led House pushed through without the GOP's help. Their version of police reform, which of course really isn't police reform. They know it's not going anywhere. They have no intention on it going anywhere because it's a wedge issue. If you continue to keep this issue front and center, it helps their election. You understand that? Jerry Nadler, who's saying about Antifa.
Dealing with imaginary things like Antifa.
Yeah, you don't think that that's dangerous to believe that Democrats think that Antifa really doesn't exist. It's imaginary, and why are we even talking about it? If you have a president who's a Democrat and he believes the same thing, don't you think the country's in trouble if we were to elect that individual?
Number 3.
And I've said before in a kind of exaggerated way, I don't care. Pick Sarah Palin. I'll be for her too. I just want to win this thing.
I just want to win this thing. That's James Carville. James Carville, Democrat strategist who's like, listen, I just want to win this thing. You want to pick Sarah Palin as your running mate, Joe Biden? I don't even care. I just want to win. I might make a suggestion, Democrats and James Carville. Do yourself a favor. When he's standing at the podium ready to announce his vice presidential running mate, don't say anything in the background like, man, do you remember the time that we were standing around and we were waiting for John McCain to announce Sarah Palin's name? And then Joe Biden hears it in the corner of his ear. He's like, Sarah Palin. Which could probably happen because Joe probably didn't even know he's standing at a podium.
Number 2.
Oh, I say to them all, look at the numbers. You played politics with this virus and you lost.
You played politics with this virus and you lost. That is Andrew Cuomo talking to CNN about the uptick in certain states like Florida and Texas. By the way, California is another one. You're banning people from California to come into New York as well? I'm just asking. Yeah, that's Andrew Cuomo saying, You play politics. You play politics with the virus, and you lost. That's me picking at my teeth. I don't know. Really, that sounded right there like the epitome of talking about a virus as if it's political. Throwing that out there. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Number 1.
People don't have a job. People don't have anywhere to go. They don't know what they're going to do. And a lot of people you have unnecessarily. Now we have over 120 million dead from COVID.
Yay, Joe Biden. Come on, who wants to vote for Joe Biden for President of the United States? Although I don't know if there's going to be enough people to vote for Joe Biden, President of the United States, considering that 120 million people died from COVID so far. 120 million. Hello?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Like I said, you got to be careful. If Joe Biden steps up to the podium, is ready to... and my vice presidential pick is... Can you imagine Sarah Palin could have been the vice president? Remember not too long ago we were saying, Sarah Palin. No, Joe. No, don't know, Joe. I know, it's ridiculous, right? Ridiculous to say. The simple part of all of this is that the left would love for Joe Biden to be president of the United States. The best part of Joe Biden is that he doesn't know what's going on. He's not sure what's happening. He's not sure where he is. Because that allows them to be the ones to put the policies in place and set the agenda. And all he's going to do is say, yep. He's going to agree to it. That's the plan. They're all about it. Every single one of them. They have no problem with it. I mean, can we just be honest, the two of us here talking? Listen, you're looking at me on YouTube, right? Here's the thing. Do you honestly think that James Carville, Nancy Pelosi, well, maybe not Nancy Pelosi because she's...
bowl of doggy do.
Leadership in the Democrat Party, the DNC, voters. You think they don't see what you see? You don't think that they see Joe Biden the way we see Joe Biden and what's going on? And there's something not right. They see it. Of course they do. So why do they agree to this? Why do they think that this is a good idea to have Joe Biden be the guy? Because of what I just said. Number one, because they want to get rid of Orange Man, because Orange Man bad. The second part of it is, we heard yesterday, Patrisse Cullors, co-founder of Black Lives Matter, who said, look, it's all about getting rid of Trump. We need him out of office, right? She said it.
Well, hands down, Trump not only needs to not be in office in November, but he should resign now. Trump needs to be out of office. He is not fit for office.
And after that, she talked about the fact that they want to support Joe Biden. They want to support Joe Biden because they know, like everybody else, that they can manipulate him easily. The party is easily manipulated. Just watch and see the kneeling and the scarves that they wear when they don't even understand what they mean or where they're from and their history and the tearing down of statues, and they don't even know who these people half the time are, these statues that are being torn down. Mount Rushmore, let's take out Mount Rushmore. That's the next big one. As President Donald Trump prepares to visit Mount Rushmore, South Dakota tribal president is preparing a memo of disapproval. The president failed to consult with tribal leaders about the visit to the Black Hills, which the Sioux consider part of their Great Sioux Reservation, land that was never ceded to the United States. It was never ceded. All right, so the leader of the Sioux doesn't want Trump around. When other presidents visited, it's happened in the past, hasn't it? Have they said anything then? So... just keeping an eye on all of these stories and understanding that there are people that are genuinely worried about the election. They're genuinely worried about not just the polls that we're hearing about where people are like, don't listen to polls, but they're also genuinely concerned, everybody, about some of the the inside polling that they're getting a hold of, and they're starting to hear things that they don't like. That the blaming of the president of the United States on what is happening in states and the uptick of COVID and the response and this push and this pounding of the president's fault, president's fault, president's fault, president's bad, that there are going to be individuals where it's going to play. It's going to work with some Republicans, and it's got to be played now and looked at, this election, as you're behind. You're behind. The president's behind. Joe Biden has a shot at winning this thing. And as much as you think, no, that's a joke. That's ridiculous. The silent majority, we're all, okay. Don't take it for granted. Just don't take it for granted is all I'm saying. You got to get out there and you got to fight like it's not going to happen. Like it's not going to happen. All right. 239-479-5592. What else is going on? Oh, a couple of other things. We talked about this earlier. Yep. U.S. Treasury Department sent more than 1 million stimulus checks to dead taxpayers. $1.4 billion went out. See, this is the kind of thing that happens when you've got billions and billions and trillions of dollars that the government says, and people in the government say, you got to get out. You got to get that money out. Let's go. Fast. Let's go. Let's do it. No, and they didn't check, and they didn't bother to double check and Social Security numbers and see if anybody was dead. Just went out. Jake, you got that number, right? You have the number to, you got the number to call, right? We were going to call the Treasury just to double check on these stimulus checks to see how that works. You've got that number all dialed up and ready to go? All dialed in? Yeah, what did that sound like, calling up the Treasury about these checks?
You've reached the stimulus check hotline. If you're dead and have not received your check yet, press 1. If you're dead and would like to return the money, press 2. If you're dead and are going to keep the money, press 3. And if you're dead, how did you call this number? Ha! You're busted. The FBI is monitoring this call, and you're about to spend the next 3 to 7 months in the slammer. You're going to wish you were dead.
Maybe we shouldn't have called that line. Okay. All right, let's find out what's happening. By the way, when we come back, a fun announcement to make from Monday in case you missed it. So don't go anywhere, especially if you're watching on YouTube right now, streaming live at Drew Steele Radio. You're going to like this. Don't go anywhere. All right, let's find out what's happening with the rest of our forecast for the weekend. Meteorologist Matt Devitt's got it.
Heat advisory in effect across Southwest Florida. We're going to be at 96 degrees today, tomorrow, 95 on Sunday, with a lower than normal amount of storms, but still a few spotty storms possible during the afternoons and evenings. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and yes, it is time for you to do something about your style. Well, I mean, from your style, window treatments and decor. Now, don't get me wrong. You've got a great style, but maybe you need to fix up some things in your home. Maybe like I did, the treatments on your windows, blinds, shutters, shades. Well, you've got to go to Your Style Window Treatments and Decor, a veteran family-owned and operated business with multiple brands of blinds, shades, and shutters. And they have this great fabric that they use. It's called Microban, and it's one kind of treatment that you might want to think about because of its antimicrobial protection, and it inhibits the growth of bacteria, mold, and mildew that can cause stains, odors, and degrade the fabric. Yeah, you can get that at Your Style Window Treatments and Decor. And they can provide all of this with certified trained sales, installation right through till completion. So give Your Style Window Treatments and Decor a call, will you? 471-5006. You're going to love them. 239-471-5006 for Your Style Window Treatments and Decor. Or visit them online at yourstylewindowtreatments.com.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
I'll see if I can find that. All right, it's Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News. I saw it just a few minutes ago, what you were talking about. Let me see if I can... You heard about... Jake is
Well,
telling.
I literally just found it.
Okay, so you did find it. All right, so
I'm on his Facebook page.
Jake was telling me off the air. The Hill had a story about Michigan candidate's daughter urges people not to vote for him in a viral tweet. Does it cuss?
No, it literally just says if you're over the age of 18, for the love of God, don't
there
vote
it
for my
is.
dad.
If you're in the state of Michigan and over 18, please, for the love of God, do not vote for my dad for state rep. Tell everyone.
And then her dad came out with a statement basically saying, I'm happy that she feels confident enough in our relationship to express her opposing thoughts so publicly. And then he expressed the fact that she has her First Amendment right and that he will always love all of his children and his phone is always open.
Oh, all right. Wow, that's a little awkward.
A little bit.
That would be awkward for me if that were the case. All right, listen, that's what you do. All right. Trying to see. Did she give a comment? No.
No, that was all she said. And she didn't say why not to vote for him. She just...
The candidate told The Hill when reached for comment that he wasn't completely surprised by his daughter's words, given that their disagreement over issues like systemic racism, the existence of white privilege, and Black Lives Matter. All right, so there you go. All right. Bringing families together since... So, this is going to we'll try to have a little bit of fun here. You ready for this? So, Jake, I kind of hinted when we started the show, I told everybody that every morning I open up, I say, how are you, Jake, this morning? And I go to the camera, and like you're looking at the camera right now, and you see Jake, and Jake is wearing a hoodie. He's wearing a baseball cap and a hoodie. That's all he ever wears. And a few weeks ago, when we decided that we were going to go on YouTube and stream live so everybody can watch, and even on Facebook, that we'll be on camera every day. You might want to step it up. So his idea of stepping it up was buying brand new hoodies. So that's what he has. That's what he's doing.
Well, it's always so cold in here,
That's all it is. It's not a millennial thing.
You're mad because I don't have those jean jackets all the time.
I'm not. This is not a jean jacket. It's a denim shirt.
Jacket.
And it's my style right now. I like it. And okay, whatever. So, because it's Jake Day, we call it Jake Day.
On Fridays.
Fridays are Jake Days because it's Jake's favorite day because it's the end of the week. That I thought that, all right, let's do this. If you text 239-479-5592, you tell me how you want Jake to dress on Monday, no matter what it is. And we've had some crazy suggestions from Dumbledore, from Harry Potter to
Shrek, Mickey Mouse.
I mean, what you call it. I will pick one, and whatever it is, every Monday, for as long as this is something you enjoy. Every Monday, as soon as I kick that camera on, Jake will be dressed as whatever you say.
Yeah, I get to try out the new dressing room they have over there.
There you go. And it doesn't matter what it is. I'll pick it. I don't care. So
as
if
long as it's not a dress.
Nope. Doesn't.
No dress.
Yep. It could be whatever it is. It's just dressing up. We're just so.
No dress.
If you're not willing to dress other than hoodies, then we're going to have to do this. This is just. So if you'd like, just tell us what you would like him to dress as. I will pick it out. Monday he'll be doing it. And you'll get to see it on YouTube. Another reason why you should subscribe to the channel, Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. And you can see. Look, we're just trying to laugh. We're just trying to kind of shake out all the nonsense that's going on. And
yeah, Mondays are the worst, so we're trying to make them a little better,
I'm not sure if that's going to make it better. Just depends.
Hey, get a little laugh if it's good enough.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's going to be something people will. I don't know if people will enjoy it. I don't know if it's something they'll get. I don't know if we'll get in trouble upstairs. I don't know.
Probably.
Well,
we do a lot.
That's a whole other story. All right. It's not a metal jacket, and it doesn't have. It's not bedazzled. What are you talking about, Kenny? I gotta go. Pulling back is next.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.